No, no, we are.
Welcome to March 21st, 2020.
Is that the date?
March
We're gonna change
21st.
the date.
Oh, okay, nice. I should bring my N95 mask.
You're what?
Y2K?
Yeah, Y2K. What's
I
going
said-
on over here?
So
Over here drinking wine.
what are you wearing?
But yeah, what are you wearing?
It's my quarantine outfit. We're in quarantine right now.
Oh
And,
shit!
We're not supposed.
Is it cause
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Alright.
So what are some of the quarantine things?
I'm not
you've
actually
been doing?
smoking weed because I have like something in my face, so I'm not smoking anything.
You're just air smoking?
Air
it's
smoking.
for the
yeah.
aesthetic?
What are some quarantine things you've been doing?
Netflix.
I feel like I'm doing cocaine.
Netflix is making a lot of money during off this quarantine.
How do you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
They already made their money at the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
You think there's people actually getting a subscription if they don't already because of the quarantine?
Yeah, and also that they're limiting how many devices you're playing on. Like they're enforcing it. You want to hit it again? Go ahead.
No, take it.
Oh.
You just
your
had
grip,
a death
your
grip
grip
on
was
it.
tight.
You weren't
I
letting
didn't want
go.
to. I didn't want to drop it.
Grip.
Yo, do people still use Redbox?
Red box.
I do.
Isn't that what you? Wasn't that what you
You
call
do?
it
I do.
when you beat the pussy up?
Is that what you call it when you beat the pussy?
Yeah,
up?
red box.
You turn that shit red?
Yeah.
A guy ever invited you over to Netflix and showing he didn't have no TV? Whoa.
A guy.
No.
Whoa. A girl. Ladies, comment below.
That was a question for the fans, for
The
the
ladies.
ladies watching.
I seen a guy that hung his phone in a Ziploc bag and taped it to the wall so they could watch movies.
For real.
Yeah, that's effort though.
You know what I always wanted? I always wanted a projector.
Oh yeah, I was
Yes.
looking into that not too long ago. You know, it's like it gets real technical. Like you need a sound bar and
Hmm.
you need I don't know.
My dad tried to get one. Real
You good over there, Mr. Nick Body?
I'm
Why are you
good.
looking at her like that?
expensive. Already, bro? Like just started. Just
You know this is
started.
good because I don't like watching these and like looking at my teeth. I mean, like they're nice. I have perfect
You have
teeth.
nice teeth, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, what are you what's
You have real good
self-conscious?
teeth, real nice.
This is
Teeth.
my gums. I feel like I be showing all my teeth when I laugh.
That's
Like
good.
a Titan.
Yeah, like a Titan.
Nah, you shouldn't be self-conscious of your teeth. Would you want fake teeth, like veneers?
Veneers. Everyone thinks I have veneers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
they're
the
always
fuck's
like,
wrong with that?
yo, are those your real teeth?
You
No,
should
like,
chisel some of your gums off.
chisel.
I don't know, or paint
No,
them
there's
white.
like if you think you have, I don't think you have excessive gums, but some people have the townhouse teeth. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where it's like straight gum and a little bit
No.
of teeth.
You know, I was
Why
gonna
is
say,
it called townhouse teeth?
Cause it's like a townhouse.
I was gonna
Oh.
take I was gonna take this off, but I'm so comfy in this. Like you know,
Are
I feel like
you're not sweating.
I'm being hugged by a polar bear right now.
Polar bear hug.
Yeah. But what were you saying about the fake teeth?
Looks like a balaclava.
A balaclava.
Yeah. You know what the Russians wear? When It's
No.
cold. It looks just like that.
I think you said low clava.
Balaclava.
Put a bomb song for that.
Shout out little Clava.
You want to be a star, don't you?
Oh,
That's good too. That was a good one. So, what's the topics for today? Like, what's in the news other than like everyone's just staying home freaking out, just like pretty girl, beautiful girl. Like, did you get tagged in the beautiful girls challenge?
Yeah, I did, but I wasn't feeling very beautiful to be honest. so
Why?
I didn't.
did you
post
keep the
anything.
chain going?
No, I didn't.
No.
I got 24 hours though, so I think I got to like 11 in the morning.
There's actually a time limit on it.
It says 24 hours. I'm wondering what happens if I do it. How long it's gonna go on for?
You see,
As long
they don't sell masks anymore, so I wore this.
You should start making masks.
I feel like
I
that's
should.
not like helping anything for you.
It's like
Do you wanna
it's
hit this?
no, I'm good. It's like it's protecting me from the airborne, because you know, like it doesn't make sense to me that like everyone's like washing their hands when it's like you could breathe it in. It's like, what are you washing your hands for?
Not even that you could breathe it in. Like after you take off the mask, because you're gonna take off the mask at some point. You're gonna breathe in whatever germs were on you at some point.
Yeah,
And-
it's Murphy's law.
Yeah, and
Whatever can go wrong will.
Oh my goodness.
Is
You
that
like
Murphy?
that?
But what were you saying about like 24 hours?
I
You
would
said.
put that on a tattoo on me.
Oh really? Let's do it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yo, side note, that could stain if you leave it there.
Stain.
Yeah, just wipe it a bit.
Stain was my favorite band, like in like 2010.
Stain. I don't think I ever heard of them.
Without you, baby.
That's
You
Stain.
guys never heard of Stain?
Oh, Stain.
No, I never heard that name.
It's like the singer's like a bald guy. I don't remember his name. I used to listen to that a lot.
Imagine if wine stains that table, what it does to our teeth.
It
And
makes,
Stains it.
inside of us.
makes your teeth drunk.
Inside of us, I think it does lovely things inside of
you're-
us.
True.
Your cavity. No, what is the word? Your root, like the little vein in your teeth that makes it like
With root canal.
You're not your
Enamel?
Your enamel. Not
We need a
enamel.
dentist in here. Anyone got a dentist on speed dial?
Didn't you want to be a dentist?
Me? Oh no,
Yeah.
I wanted to be a vet.
Is that why you're wearing cat ears?
Oh yeah,
Yo,
we're
you
gonna
must have
the
a really
cat
good
ears up.
dentist though,
You wanted to be with.
Who?
You wanted to be a part of
Mr. Nick.
Yeah, you gotta get.
Mr. Nick Body.
Were you born with those teeth, or you had to work?
I was born perfect.
Oh yeah.
That's
You
my
woke
line.
up like this.
Yeah, that's my line for every. Like anytime someone asks me that, I was like, well, not anybody. I won't say like some old guy, but like that's like my line. I'm like, oh, I was just born perfect, you know.
Yeah. Where were you born? Florida.
Who needs to know that? Just kidding.
Your followers.
I'm Miami raised, Miami born.
Born and
305.
raised in the county of
In
Dade.
the trio 5,
How about you?
I was born in New York,
like every other
Bronx.
Yeah.
the Bronx. That's where all the
Yes,
stupid people.
sir.
Can we get gunshots for that?
You're not wrong.
Can we get gunshots for the Bronx? Shout out the
Yeah,
Bronx.
we can.
Where were you born?
I was born in Patterson, New Jersey. Same place Fetty Wap is from.
You're a Jersey
Fetty-
girl.
Yeah.
For real?
Shout out heroin.
But you don't got
You
the,
low key look
you don't-
like
You don't
Snooki.
got the Jersey draw though.
I do.
You don't got the Jersey draw though.
No, I don't. No, because 305
What's a
raised me.
Jersey draw?
The jaw that every New Jersey person I know has.
Jaw?
Draw.
Like the mandible?
Mandible.
The jaw, you're saying?
Yeah, the jaw.
Do you guys know? Oh, you asked that
Like-
question.
Yeah, the jaw. Like every.
What's the Jersey jaw?
It's like a chiseled jaw line. It's like a really defined jaw line.
Oh.
You asked the question about on Instagram what we should call our body parts, our own names.
Yeah.
No, we should call them the scientific name. We should really all know the scientific name.
So
I don't think we should know, but that'll be.
Why should we all call it the scientific?
Because
name?
then it would be uniform. Then, like, you can't say, like, yo, I broke my jaw. You just say, hey, I broke my mandible.
But there's so many parts of your
My
jaw,
mandible.
like mandible won't
So
even
when you
cut
go to
it.
the doctor, it's like, he doesn't even have to think about it. Like, okay, that's your mandible. I think it also just sounds better.
Imagine a girl's like, "Oh, my dick chomper."
Wait, what?
Like
Oh,
dick
your
grabbers?
dick chomper,
Because like for another name for jaw.
your
That's like
dick
what she,
Dick
pecker,
that's what she
Yeah.
grew up like calling it.
Wow,
dick grabbers,
the vacuum.
or dick beaters.
Yo, so let's talk about how like girls can't get their dick grabbers now because they are quarantined and can't go get their nails done.
Yeah, I
Is it-
actually had to learn how to do mines at home.
For
and
real?
I haven't seen my real nail in over a year.
Like just for
This is
this.
disgusting.
You wear
Yeah,
like
just for this, acrylics.
acrylics.
I wear
gel
acrylics,
and all
and this
that.
is the first time I've seen them.
How long do you go? Like
Lengthwise,
lengthwise, yes, with your nail.
About not too long, because I don't
About
like
an
to be
inch.
uncomfortable.
Inch long nail.
Yeah, my birds don't like it. It freaks them
She
out.
get some 9-inch nails.
Yo, you have any new bird memes?
I do. I'm always looking for bird
Can you
memes,
please show me?
bird tips and tricks.
My favorite one was when it's like, oh, pigeons are
They're
dangerous.
spies.
Yeah.
They're drones.
Because
Yeah.
it was like, oh,
So
we're
You
the
ever seen a
pigeons-
baby pigeon?
Yeah.
Okay.
They-
No, I have to.
No, it was like there's no E in psychic, there's no E in there's a bunch of words. It's like there's no E in this, but there's E in pigeon.
pigeons. Yeah.
Like
Spies.
I really
That's
wanna
what the
try.
quarantine's for. They're charging their batteries. You
I
see
saw
what
that.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. Pigeons are
I
everywhere.
don't think I've. It's funny you say that. I don't think I've noticed. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. But any birds since like
Oh
all
my
this has
god.
been going on.
I've seen a lot.
You've seen a lot.
Remember I told you I saw the woodpecker. It was like made a 90-degree angle. Yo, let's
Oh.
talk about how like I went to the park today and they closed the park, bro. Like
Oh
they,
yeah, I want to ask you about that. What happened?
yeah,
You
I
couldn't
did-
go in at all.
No, I got
They
there and they
tried
had
to
like a
arrest you.
siren. It was like it caught my
What about
eye.
Larry and Penny?
Like some
I was
weird
about
ass
to go.
siren.
Yeah, I was about to go there, but she said she's going to all the parks and like.
Why they
shutting
close it
everything
down?
Yeah.
Hey,
This is the best frappe I've ever had.
that's crazy. So they're gonna close.
What happened though?
You can't do anything.
What were you doing in the park? And then what? How did they approach you? And how the whole
How
situation
this
go?
madness
All right,
begin?
so don't interrupt me. That should be my. I'm gonna
Yes,
put that in one of the
Mr.
things so
Mr.
you
Big
can
Buddy.
you can put it. Don't interrupt. Like that's how I start on my song, on my sentences.
Since
So it'll be like, I went to the park and I went to go do my normal routine. Right, I went to go play basketball without Felix again for the 478,000th time.
I understand though. You don't want your ankles broken.
Oh, here we go. But yeah,
Here
so
we go. That sounds like if I talk about that often, I really don't.
yeah, you always talk about what's up, dude. Why don't you play basketball better, dude?
I say that. I do that.
Yeah,
I think you're fibbing right now.
fibbing, bro.
so
The
you
only
went,
fibbing I break is your fibula.
hey, see, there we go. Now we're going in a better direction.
Yeah,
Fibula.
science stuff, right?
Yeah.
Doctors.
The
She's
right
like, oh, they're
term.
speaking
I'll scrape your weenus.
My what?
Your weenus.
Scrape on your weenus.
I'll ball you up and ball. You'll fall and you'll scrape your weenus.
Probably bruise your patella.
Yeah.
You want to go, bro? You want to go? Let's go. Let's
Whoa
go.
there.
I have the basketball in my trunk right now,
Whoa.
bro.
You got the lead.
I have the basketball.
Remember?
I have the basketball in my trunk, bro. We can go right now. On God.
The lead.
On God.
Can you run us that line?
Whoa.
On God, bro.
Let's go, man.
You don't want the smoke, bro.
Run us
Free
the
smoke,
line from
nigga.
earlier.
I really do.
You got the lead for what?
I got the lead from put the cap in their eyes,
Got
bitch.
the left for the
The
ass.
lead, just like that. A lead for the ass.
Yo, if you were to get a gun right now, what would you go for? What would
Mag.
you? A what?
Mag.
What the fuck is that? A
don't
bag?
Mag.
You mean a magnum?
I
Like
will
a
get a
magnum?
laser cannon.
Oh, that's lit.
You need a gun
A
for this
photon,
climate, right?
a photon cannon
A photon cannon.
for this climate.
Yeah, bro. It's the end of the world, the apocalypse. You need a gun.
Oh,
This is what my friend told me.
So what do you?
I guess yeah. I feel like everyone's like in that mentality. I hear like they're price gouging ammo and shit, like on online websites and shit.
What does that mean?
That makes sense.
They're spiking the prices so they can make more money because they know people want to buy them right now.
But you think they're actually gonna need them? Like, what do you think the
Who knows? You get me? Like if shit does go bad, it won't hurt
They
to have a
should
lot of ammo.
Yo, this shit feels like a movie because they're like,
Walking
oh,
Dead.
Yeah,
saying-
so I understand the
yo,
idea
all
behind
right. So
it.
look, what if I get shot for saying this? Like, what if they're like making it? They're like, oh, there's the cure, but
Oh, you out of time, baby.
no, listen. All
Cut
right,
to
so
the chase.
let's say that they're making it so it's like the cure is because they say, oh, it's saying, don't do it, bro. Don't say it, bro.
Just say it,
Don't say it.
man.
Don't say it,
Fuck
bro.
it.
Say it. Spit
This
it
is
Not
out.
letting me.
Spit it out.
Unfiltered, uncut.
Are you scared that the government?
This is a
won't
cutting
buy it
room
if you
floor
say
right
it?
here,
Damn. If
and
you
we
feel like
just ran
that,
out of cut.
Just say it.
I'm just
feel
so
like
paranoid.
You want to know what?
I'll say it for you. Help me understand. Let's play charades of what you're trying to say, and then I'll say it once I get it.
Are you calling it the Chinese virus?
No, it's the human virus. It's the world
The
virus.
Chinaman virus.
How would you feel if
We
he
already
said
have
that
a
this
human
was-
virus.
Huh?
How would you feel if he said this was biowarfare? How do you think that the
But
public
who's that?
would react?
Who are we at war with?
I'll be like, what the
China.
fuck? Bomb those.
But we
bitches.
helped. But China was helping us, and we were helping China.
What if he said that this was biowarfare from China? How do you think the public would react?
I mean, I've already heard people say that, but then
Don't you think they would panic maybe 4 times as hard as they're going now, if not 400?
you think so?
I think so.
But
I
what?
think so. I think that there's more that's to be said that the public can't handle. And I think that's why he says certain things that he says, and I'm not defending him in any way, but I think that the government knows that there's a lot more behind this. And I think that a lot more countries are in on it. And when you think about it, everything in the economy is stopping, but the businesses that are booming are really booming,
Like Amazon?
like health insurance.
like Fashion Nova.
Health insurance, hospitals, pharmaceuticals. So, yeah.
Yo, sometimes I forget like like these big like
Corporate big fat cats.
like these big things like that we see as just like machines. Like I forget that these technically are businesses and some even privately owned.
Like how we started, right?
Yeah, like insurance. I forget, like, I don't forget, but I kind of like
overlook.
I ignore the fact that that's a business, and every
It's a
business is in
profitable
it for the
one,
for the money. You get me?
That's not
So
true.
that's not just like a fucking thing in place for
Not
like.
every business hates the world. Hates
No,
the
of
No,
course.
I'm not saying
environment.
in it for money means you hate the world. It doesn't translate
that they
into that.
they don't care. It's
But
the business ethics.
it's a business. You get me?
Not
Yeah.
every- 'Cause,
Economics.
Yeah, like there's businesses that the head of the business actually cares about animals and is like, you know what, I need to make money, but my morals show me that my values or animals are more valuable than money, so they
No,
save
and there's
animals.
definitely, that's not saying.
It's not like every business. Like,
No, of course. I'm just saying overall what the world is going through, not what these companies.
do you think the world is
individuals-
a business?
Oh, of course.
Oh my God, I'm seeing like such a
Yeah,
course,
like
the
look,
world
like
is a
like
business.
like a
Yeah.
like what I think to be a good example is like politics. Like I forget that that's a business as well.
War is a business.
You get me? But you see it in a way that it's just like, oh, that's just like a
This got real
system in
deep.
place. That's just something. You get me? That's just there.
war is definitely a business
War
because
is a business.
Yeah, war.
look at
like,
everything that happened this year.
But wait,
World War
we
III.
go to war, right, to conquer certain places to say we have that place. So that's business.
we go to war so we
We're
could
spending
sit
money
around and get
To
drunk
say that we
and fuck bitches.
got control over that place.
America.
No, not we got control. We have control over that place now. And it's a business. Makes your economy boom. Makes people broke, makes you go into recession, but
Yeah,
that's
We're
how
bro.
that's how they
spending
got out
money.
of the Great Depression though, because
Yeah.
they went to World War
What?
II. World War II.
and
Didn't that come after World War II?
No, it was the Great Depression was in 1929 and World War II
during
was in
Prohibition.
no
Yeah, Prohibition happened
was-
in 1929.
no
So-
20.
Prohibition
Yeah,
made,
was this
made
one?
us go into
Prohibition
in the
happened
Great
in nine-
Depression.
It was the Great Depression, and then Prohibition kind of spilled over into that, and then it ended like right after.
Let's play
I know
rock-
that
Let's play rock paper scissors.
Prohibition.
Wait, so
happened
then
in
what the fuck
1929.
caused what
Rock,
caused
Paper,
the Great
scissors,
Depression?
shoot.
You chose rock.
I don't know, but now I gotta look up the
Yeah.
Prohibition, because I know in Prohibition, that's when moonshine came around. That's when
Have you ever had moonshine? Like fake alcohol?
I have, but like store bought.
What does that mean?
1920 to
They
1990.
sell moonshine
1920
in
to
liquor stores.
1933. Yeah, so that's when
I
that
know
happened.
things.
Yeah, you know things.
1929 to 1933.
No,
No.
1920 to 1930.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
1920?
1920. So it's much
It's
longer than that.
That's how
that was
long it was.
100 years ago.
Yeah.
What's
and
the day of it? The date?
Oh shit.
Oh,
You
No
think
one's
we're
spending
you
money?
think we're leading up to like another
right,
Great
history
Depression?
repeats itself always.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes.
Bro, that means war is after World War, and they joked about
World War Three.
That's
They
why
joked-
this is bio warfare.
they joked about coronavirus first, and now it's a big thing.
You can't post
they
this.
joked-
They're gonna see us. Speak.
You're gonna kill us all.
Kill us all.
Okay.
Nah,
Yeah.
finish what you're saying.
What if you actually get drafted? Would you go?
Fuck it. You know,
it's like you gotta go. Or
you know
you
when I
can't
was
go.
younger, I had a dream and it really stuck with me that there was a fucking big draft, and I got drafted, and there's like a sense of like I was okay with it. I didn't wake up like fuck that would suck. I was like in my dream I was like okay with it. I was accepting.
I had a dream that
I
a
was about
virus
it,
was
I
killing
guess.
us, and it was coming
Who?
through the walls. I had a dream a virus was killing us at one point, and it was just seeping through the walls like mold. And I feel
That's
like this is
gross.
what this is.
What happened to the knives?
We was dying. We was dying.
We was dying.
The knives in the walls.
dying.
Okay, this is yeah.
This
We should have had this conversation off camera.
So what are some quarantine things you're doing?
You're scared they're gonna come
Because
Going
now
to work.
knock you
because
off.
your basketball routine's clearly like not gonna be
Bro.
it. So now what? And you're still gonna bail on him. So how are you gonna fix that? Paint with him maybe?
Do you think there was a
I got a hoop in my yard.
You think there was a virus in
Oh.
1920?
Who knows,
Yeah.
man?
What was the last big virus?
I don't know these
Ebola.
things.
Black plague.
Ebola, right? Oh no,
What
the
year did the Black
flu of
Plague happen?
19
Last
1912.
global one.
the Spanish flu, I think.
Spanish
Spanish
influenza.
flu.
That's what everyone compares this one to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every huge plague or virus that happens, something monumental like changes. You know, it changes the way of your life. Everything. Yeah.
Every what?
Like history changes at that point. That's like a turning point, because every virus that ever happened in history, that's when it's like a revolution happens after that.
Yeah.
If you ever notice. Yeah.
What revolution?
I don't know. I'm not a
And
history
the
major,
passing of
but-
different like amendments and
Yeah.
shit. And
Do you guys think I'm a good interviewer?
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Why, do you doubt yourself?
No, because I feel like I was interviewing her.
Yeah,
what do you guys
Did
think?
that, did that
after
feel like? Did that feel like an interview?
that did. I felt on the spot.
you
Why
got the
would
job?
Why would you make me feel like that?
Why do you make me feel like that? All the time.
Is this you guys' first argument?
Yeah, on camera.
How cute. So what do you guys think the aftermath of this whole thing will be once we get out of this?
I hope
Like you think like because
I hope
like
I'm a better
vaccines and all that
tattooer.
bullshit, it's already leaning towards like being mandatory
Course,
for
yeah,
this such and
mandatory
such.
vaccinations.
Do you think now it's gonna be like fucking mandatory? Mandatory?
You know what? I could be scared about this, but honestly, I feel like it's I feel like I'm in a movie right now. I feel like this is all
Yeah.
a movie. That's crazy.
Which movie would you compare it to?
Contagion or the Boondocks episode with the fried chicken flu.
I never seen Contagion.
I haven't
Is that a
seen
new
it.
one?
I just see it all over Twitter now because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, look, this is what's happening in the movie."
Oh.
Just
Are
like
you
Well, that explains it. I'm not on Twitter.
are you taking advantage of any of Pornhub's premium content?
no, because it's not really free. It's like they still
Oh.
want you to put a credit card down.
Oh, but it is free. They're just not going to charge you?
I mean, it's always free, but they want you to put down a credit card for just $1 a day. For,
Oh,
for the $1.
so for that you'll just use OnlyFans.
I think for Valentine's Day
Yeah.
they also make it.
Nah, I don't do that stuff.
No more.
I buy OnlyFans to support the girls. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're you know,
Yeah, I feel
like
you.
no one's hustle.
Do you buy like a friend's OnlyFans?
A friend,
Yeah.
You want to be a star, don't you?
like my friends.
Yeah, like if one of your like a girlfriend, not a girlfriend, you know,
Like a girl I
romantic
know.
Yeah.
I bought a couple of OnlyFans from like someone I know.
Yeah, they just don't know.
Yeah, they all know.
Supportive.
But it's funny because they all
What's that?
you know
Did I hear noises?
all the girls that whose OnlyFans I bought,
Yeah, they're all what? Do
Yeah.
it again?
they all
Play charades.
no, because I bought I buy a girl's OnlyFans and then she just like magically appears next to me like right after. Like I don't know if I should tell this story, but it's funny
Tell the story, man.
because I bought this girl's OnlyFans, and then like while I was like looking at it, like cause so I had hit her up to chill or whatever, and then she had like flaked on me, and then I was like, oh okay, whatever, and then like I texted her and she didn't say anything, so I was like whatever. So then that was like 2 weeks before. So then 2 weeks later, I saw she had like OnlyFans, it was like $10, and I was like oh whatever, it's like $10. So I just bought it, and then while I was looking through it, she's like, "Hey, what are you
She
doing?"
writes you, she hits you up.
Hey,
I'm like literally
me?
looking through it, and like, yeah, she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm chilling. What was up?" And she was like, "Oh, let's chill." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Hey, by the way, I got an OnlyFans. Did you know?
No, but and I went to go pick her up, and then I brought her to my crib, and then
It's in your head. You're just like, what are the odds?
yeah,
I just subscribed to
I had-
this bitch's OnlyFans.
yeah, because I cut her off because
now
she
she's
didn't.
in my room.
Yeah, because she didn't show up, so I was like, whatever, fuck her. And then she just hits me up random as fuck while because it doesn't like I don't think OnlyFans tells you when you like buy it, like who buys, because it's not even my name.
Oh, so they can't see.
No,
Oh.
how do they know
Yeah.
it's me?
Well, they definitely get a notification. I'm sure they're aware of how many subscribers and
Yeah,
when they get a new subscriber.
but it's just so funny because it's like, oh, I was literally looking at your OnlyFans
Yeah.
on my phone, and now you're like right next to me. Like what the fuck?
I remember one time you told me this story.
But it happened like a couple times.
It's this, this is other chick.
Don't
You
say
you
it.
had nah. Okay, yeah, whatever.
I don't know. I rather whoever like sees this one know than like the other one.
Not the other ones.
Oh shit.
Imagine I cut this one and put it on
On that
Instagram. Hell
note.
no. gonna have to like really want to watch it.
When's the
to
last
get to
time you
that.
guys have been fishing? You guys should learn how to fish.
I love fishing.
Yo, I haven't fished in the longest.
I want to go fishing so bad.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot.
Are you asking me on a date?
You want to? We're gonna have to like fish for our own food. There's no meat.
Well, I don't have
Oh,
any
is that what you
poles
asked? I don't even
anymore.
eat fish.
You guys got fishing poles?
I mean, we're just gonna have to eat though. You guys don't fish? I mean, we could. Just
You're supposed to have
fish.
dehydrated food.
Two
Yeah.
fish?
So, what are some fishing tips and tricks from? I mean, your.
Use your winner.
What?
No, it's I don't know. I
Fishing
don't go
tips
fishing.
and tricks.
Fishing tips. Whenever you find a spot, make sure you find a good spot. That's important.
Oh, I saw some fishing videos on Twitter, and there's like this guy. He had like a big Coca-Cola and some Mentos, and he put it in like the little pond.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the
Right.
catfish are coming out.
Why? They
that
like
was
Coke?
nasty as
No, it was
fuck.
blowing up. It was blowing up the ground.
Yeah, just
fish had to,
blowing
like,
the
get out.
ground.
So he wasn't trying to fish.
He
It was, like,
he was
simple
grabbing
fishing.
them.
He was like in a swamp,
Oh.
and it was just like
Yo, my-
He was
catfish.
stunning the fish. And
Yeah,
then,
my favorite
Oh, okay.
videos are like the those guys that like build shit like really like primitive people build
Oh,
like
yeah,
Yeah, like
houses
those
and shit.
Filipino,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wherever the fuck they're from.
When it's like
they
2
build like
a.m.,
mud
you can't
houses.
Yeah, exact those. You know what's the funniest ones? The funniest ones are like the girl. It says like this. This is the title. Beautiful girl catches snake 6 times her size. This and that. Oh, trying to primitive fishing, right? And then it shows like a girl. Like the thumbnail is like a a very voluptuous woman, and it's like hot, like pretty much naked to get your attention. And then it's like some little girl, and she's like walking through the swamp, and she's like building like traps and shit, and she catches like snakes, and
They build everything.
they do.
And you see how
it's
they,
like.
who sets up that camera? And they just like
And let's put this on YouTube.
yeah.
in the
and
Philippines.
they
Yeah,
upload it
and
to their
question is that
YouTube
all
channel.
in one day? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, yo, my favorite one
'Cause
ever.
They do a lot.
Like my favorite one ever. This
they
girl,
walk down to the river, get water, and they got to
Yeah,
do like
hike
back and
back.
forth.
they fast forward it, but my favorite one ever is like this girl caught like she was catching a huge anaconda, right? So she builds like this little circle, like thing. So the snake, and she takes what she does is she takes the Coca-Cola bottle, she cuts it into like triangles,
Where did she
so
get
that
Coca-Cola bottle?
so the snake can go in, but it can't go out because if it tries to
Yeah.
go out, it's gonna get stabbed.
Yeah.
So she builds like an arena. She builds like a fucking miniature arena, and she ties a chick, like a baby chicken,
Damn.
to a post, and it's so funny, bro, because because it looks like it's like a miniature chicken. It's like and it doesn't know it's being used as bait.
Bait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be eaten by the anaconda, and it's so funny because it's like. I imagine if it wasn't like miniature, like remember those the Attack on Titan thing I sent you earlier, like how like we're big and like
Yeah.
it's small, so we look like Titans. Imagine that, like you know, like something being sacrificed, like a goat or something for like a sacrifice, and it's like tied to a post. But imagine that miniature, and they use a chick. It's because it's so cute, and you're like, oh no, the snake is good because you're rooting the whole time for the snake to get caught, and in order for it to
Yeah.
get caught, it has to eat the chicken.
Yeah.
So you're rooting for it the whole time, but then you see the little chicken, you're like,
And
no,
it
go.
dwells on you that like, wait a minute.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like those little when
you
they
have
set
to
up.
see the chicken get ate.
Yeah, they show everything. Yo, my favorite things on YouTube is like when they show the mouse traps, like all the mice going into like
A bucket or some shit.
it shows like the night vision, and it's like the mice just fall and they just drown. I don't know. It's just like it's not like I like watching that stuff. It's just like it's just interesting to see like the process of like people go to like hunt like animals. You know.
I remember when I was younger, in my backyard there's like a bucket, like a big bucket, and I filled it with water, right? And I was just playing outside, and I had a Hot Wheels car, and then I throw it in there. I don't know. You do weird shit. You get me? That was
Kids, yeah.
So then whatever, I throw it in there and I leave it in there. Like, oh, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I don't know. I thought that was like cool. Like, oh, I'm gonna be back tomorrow and pick it out the water out the bucket. So then the next day I go and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the Hot Wheels car out the bucket, fill the water now, and the water was like murky, so I couldn't see in it. So when I reach in to get the Hot Wheels car and I feel something, and I pull it out and it's a fucking mouse. I was
my
like,
God.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was.
A dead
What-
mouse.
yeah. Was it alive?
No, it was
dead
dead.
mouse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Dead mouse like the
drowned.
DJ?
Yeah,
Damn, that's how do you think? Well, I guess can a mouse tell if water's water? Like, can
No,
obviously
why
a
not?
mouse
I think
can't tell
so.
it's drowned. It
Why
won't
not?
drown. I mean, that
I mean,
mouse drowned.
Well, yeah, they know water being water.
When I was watching it, the only reason they didn't know they were gonna fall into water was because it was dark. So they're just like going by feel. I'm guessing.
Okay.
But animals, they don't really see with their eyes. They see with like their
Yeah,
nose.
their
like,
senses.
Their senses.
And I'm not sure if like, who knows? Like, do you think mouses have like a sense
Mice.
of depth when it comes to like water, like rats, like
mice.
mice? Yeah,
Yo, how come you say mice but not mouses, but not heist, not houses?
yeah. Or
Heist.
you say geese, but you don't say meese
You guys are mind
Me-
fucking. God.
I'm gonna put that in a
for a
book.
moose. Or do you say meese? Can you say meese
I
for
say
moose?
honestly,
Meese.
I don't like saying mooses. I say meese.
Have you guys ever seen a moose?
Not in person. I heard they're scary.
Not in person.
I heard they're huge.
I heard
yeah.
they're huge too.
Like as big as like, cause they're like elephants of like.
I like
North
huge
America.
animals.
Yeah.
Elephants are like one of my favorite
Wait,
creatures
are
on this
moose
planet.
like reindeers or reindeers are real, right?
Yeah.
Reindeers?
Yeah.
Where they live at?
The North Pole.
You been there? Is there even anything at the North Pole? Is that real?
Water.
No, it's like a no-fly zone too. No one's
Yeah,
allowed
so
there.
You
how
ready
is-
from New Jersey?
Yeah, I am. In Patterson.
Thank God you don't have the accent.
I know.
Well,
that's
actually, that might be cool.
disgusting.
Yeah.
No, I'll be so
It'd be pretty
stank.
cool.
Give us your best Jersey impression.
Jersey accent. I don't know. I don't even know what a Jersey accent sounds like.
Water.
Water.
Jersey Shore.
That sounds
Sure.
like Flint, Flint
Sure.
Michigan.
Sure.
Going to the Jersey Shore.
How do you
What's
guys
it-
feel about Flint, Michigan?
They gotta fix their stones.
I stopped
Water.
hearing about that. I guess everyone like stopped giving
No.
a fuck.
Because everyone's like, oh, that much money. Because they always compare it to Flint. They're like, oh, that much money could have been used.
Flint.
for
Flint still doesn't have
Oh,
clean
they
water.
they wasted such and such on such and such, but Flint
Flint
still
shouldn't
don't have
have
water.
water.
Yeah, exactly. Or like Jeff Bezos gets this much money and Flint still doesn't have water.
No, I do. Just chopstick.
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 Yo,
Shit,
remember when
man.
girls would have those
They,
eggs?
they fucked it. You can't have
I
nothing
know
in
you're talking about. Those are so gross.
I remember this
Wait,
girl,
say that again. What eggs?
those eggs for their lip gloss.
The eels.
Oh yeah.
Is that what they're called? I don't even know if that's what they're called. But I feel like they dry your lips
EOS.
somewhere.
I think all of that shit is designed to dry your shit out.
Really?
No,
Why?
You should try it out, boo.
Yeah, it's to like keep their it's like retaining your customers
Well,
and shit.
yeah, that is true. A lot of chapstick companies, they purposely dry out your lips. so
It's
you
kind of
keep
like what
buying it.
Apple does when they slow down the older models so you could stay buying their new shit.
Yeah, as soon as a new phone drops, your new phone's already stopped working. You didn't know that? It's the vibe.
I didn't know that.
It's
Are
the
you
vibe.
okay, man? You
know what's
everything
funny?
all right?
I
at
was
home?
thinking,
Mr. Nick
You
Body.
need an old cutler drive. Oh, you had an old cutler drive.
I
today.
did.
You
And you weren't there with
did.
me, so
She actually
I was
had
there
one
with you in
too, though.
spirit.
you were. Because
I
we
was
were
there with you
texting.
in spirit.
She
yeah.
drove a no color
I
today.
did actually drive on. I did a little lap. I didn't go all the way down no color, but I did a little lap.
It would have been funny if like
We've
what
saw
you were
each other.
saying, no, like you crashed into her.
Oh,
It would have been
perfect story.
Yeah, it would have added to your like.
My inner Pisces would have gone crazy.
My inner Pisces.
But what were we talking about before old color? Oh, you said I needed to drive on old color. Before that, what were you talking about?
Your vibes, the vibes.
Apple iPhones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Phone sewing now.
Because it's funny because I was thinking like, someone's like, oh, I need a, because since no one can go to like the grocery store now, I was thinking someone's like, oh, let's just get our robots to deliver stuff. They don't get viruses. And I thought computers and stuff do get viruses.
they get
Yeah, they
viruses.
Just like us.
Viruses.
Yeah, it's like because people take this more serious than like a blackout, right? Because a blackout is just, oh, your lights are out, your computer's out, everything's out, your phone's out, whatever. You're still alive. You're not sick. But people take this out more serious. Even though they're both viruses, they still affect us in a lot of ways. Even though like people aren't immediately dying from the blackout, they're dying from other things. I feel like
It's also
Yeah, from chaos. Like chaos
the
ensues, and
unexpected.
or it might lead to that. We're still like fresh with this whole fucking
crazy?
situation.
it's arc 1, the first act.
Yeah, yep.
Wait, can you say that again?
It's the first act.
Of
The whole coronavirus story.
I was gonna make a game of that. Like to
I
say,
like how we got the metronome stuck in
So,
that
if
recording.
if this is the end of the world, is there anything that you guys want to like do or get out your system or like you're working on before?
I would say something, but I don't want to say it on camera.
Okay. It's personal.
You know,
Does it do with private parts?
I would kill.
On some purge shit.
No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, the purge.
I don't like I hated the first movie.
I never really.
It was
watched them.
terrible.
I watched like one of them.
I never watched any of them, to be honest.
The first one was horrible. It didn't make sense, right? Because these guys are like, because basically you seen the first one, right?
Yeah.
You know how? All right. So basically, what happens is like the guy has a homeless guy stuck in his house, and they want the family to kill the homeless guy, right? So the guy's like, the guy that tells them to kill the homeless guy is like, oh, you have like 60 minutes to kill this guy, and then he walks away and he turns off the lights, and it's like, bro, if you didn't turn off the lights, it wouldn't take 60 minutes to kill this nigga. You feel me?
Wait, say that again.
Because all right, so basically the guy, the guys wearing the purge mask and whatever, they're like the evil guys. So there's a family in the house, and in the house they saved a homeless man, and that the other people were trying to kill. Are you listening? So
Are you listening?
so they're trying to they were trying to kill the homeless man, and he runs inside the house, and the family's protecting him, and then they're like, the people outside are like,
They're protecting the homeless.
yeah, because the people outside want to kill him, and the people outside are like, oh, you guys better kill him, and you have like 60 minutes, and then they walk away, right? And then after he says, oh, you better kill him and give him a time limit, he turns off the lights. Like, why the fuck you turn off the lights for? If you want him to be dead in a certain
Who
amount of time.
turned out the lights?
The bad guy. They just shut the
They
lights.
want him to kill him. So they're making it harder for them to get what they want.
Yeah,
what they
it's
want.
like they could have seen him when they walked downstairs and were like, hey, look, there he is. Kill him. And then the goal was accomplished. But he's like, oh, let me turn off the lights for no fucking reason.
The reason is because it's a movie and they want to make shit
Poor
spooky.
plot.
Yeah,
Poor
You
plot.
know,
yeah, but
Poor
they
plot.
it's part of the thrill, the horror.
I know, because I understand it's because
Yeah.
he had a security system and they didn't want to
Breach his security.
yeah, because if they said like, oh, the lights went out, the electricity went out, they can't say like, because if the electricity went out, everyone can just go in the house. So they
Yeah.
had to find a reason why the lights specifically, not like the whole entire defense system.
Yeah, I
Why
feel
not?
you.
You didn't see it.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. That's like basically like, honestly, a lot of things get ruined when you're the type of person to like intellectualize everything, kind of like what you're doing.
That's hard because I'm so smart. I just know so many
Yeah, I
things.
find myself doing that a lot. So a lot of things like get
Get ruined.
ruined because it's like, that's not even like realistic.
Yeah.
Or,
My family would always say like, oh, that's paid. When they put stuff in the movies, what is it called?
Like paid advertising.
That's
propaganda,
product placement, right?
product placement.
My family would always be like, oh, look, product placement. So that
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
can
that's kind
sell
of like when
stuff.
they randomly insert like the Mercedes-Benz logo
in
and
Jurassic
like flash
Park.
it, like
In
flash
Jurassic-
it all
in
around.
Jurassic World,
15
right?
angles.
I hate when they
Yeah.
do it like
Jurassic
that. Like they try to keep it discreet, but I love when they just make it super obvious. Like,
yeah. Like
oh,
the
why don't
lights
you
on
have a
us.
Coke? Or like there's like a house party going on, everyone has a drink, and
Everyone
like
has Ciroc
like
in their
like
hand.
lo and behold, all the logos are showing, and
lit up.
everyone's
They're just
yeah.
they just illuminate.
yeah.
They'll have like this next to a girl's ass and it'll
Yeah.
be like just out there.
And everyone's holding it
Yeah.
all awkward, like
Awkward,
in a
like
way,
pointing
like,
it to the
oh, like,
camera.
make sure you see this.
Yeah,
Make sure
yeah.
you get this.
That's the yo. I was all right. So I
They
was
make a lot
watching.
of money that way though.
Yo,
They do, but-
Austin Powers was doing that.
Oh, yeah,
I
dude.
love it with the Starbucks and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like just making it super
Yo,
fucking obvious.
I love Austin Powers. He's like, oh, I'm your son, and he's like, I haven't seen you in 30 years. I hate you. It's just so funny because when I was younger, I didn't get it, but now I'm older. I'm just saying like, damn, what if that was my son? He's like, I hate you, Dad.
You're right. I need to revisit Austin Powers.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Let's
funny.
watch the
as
first
fuck.
one. Only the
You
first one
should.
was funny. The second one was kind of like 2000s-y.
Is that the one with Beyonce?
Mm,
No, that's the third one. With
that's
Goldman.
good. That's gold
Oh.
member.
The first one was good.
Fox.
You do realize they're all parodies of
James Bond.
James Bond.
That's why I like it because James Bond is so cool and he's like so like suave, and then this nigga's like,
Yeah.
"Do you want to shag, baby?"
But what's funny about it is that
I
he's
make
still cool, but it's just
Yeah.
like, yo, this nigga shouldn't be cool.
I never knew he was like the opposite because I knew who James Bond was, but I didn't know it was supposed to be like the opposite of James Bond because I watched it when I was little.
Yeah.
Yo, let's talk about watching shows when you're like little, and then like
Even music.
let's talk about shows.
Okay.
Nostalgia.
We'll talk about,
Nostalgia.
we'll talk about
Throwbacks
music
to
after.
2000s throwback.
No, but like, cause I don't really notice it too much with music, cause it's like a song sounds the same as when I first heard it. Like
But
now,
this-
you feel
the
me?
meaning's different now. Like I hear it now when I'm older. I'm like, damn, that
I
shit
don't
nasty.
know. I've never felt that way.
And
Really?
some of them come with
Like
like
the
a lot of
whisper
memories.
songs.
Cause I don't like any old music. I can't listen to anything that's like less than 6 months old. Cause I get so tired of music.
You don't
Nah,
listen to
there-
some bangers?
There's some
Oh.
timeless shit out there that
Nah, I
you
can't.
could just
Yeah.
listen
Nah,
anytime.
I can't. I can't. I only listen to a specific kind of rap,
What rap is that?
like nigger rap. Song. I don't know. Song.
Gunshots?
No, I
that
get you. You like on that real new age shit.
Yeah,
new
like
wave
that singing, like hella sketchy, fucking Still 11.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Garzi. Yo, rest in peace to
Yeah,
Hella
Garzi. I
Sketchy.
fuck with Garzi. Good ass music. And honestly, like I've heard, I don't even know if I should be saying this, but I've heard like
I'ma
some.
demonstrate
so-
how not to care. Life is a movie, so just stop and
Stare.
stare. Let it ride. Let
Is
it
that one of
ride.
his songs?
Yo, so I've heard some unreleased shit, like a lot of shit that's in the vaults.
Really?
And bro, like if you fuck with Garzi, like
We gotta get Garzi.
you haven't seen nothing yet. Like there's some bangers
Really?
under raps.
One
yeah.
of my favorite songs is the one that he did with Still 11. It was
Didn't he get signed
All
to
in
Capitol
Washington.
Records?
did he? I'm
Yeah.
not too sure.
Yeah,
about his
signed to
deals.
Capitol, I believe.
Yeah.
I think.
Is it crazy that I know that?
You
Yeah,
see,
how do you know
fuck
that?
with I
Why
fuck
do you
with
know that?
Garzi. I
You
fuck with
Googled him?
Garzi. He said
You
happy birthday.
Googled Garzi?
No, I see him on Instagram.
Garzi's so
Oh, you're a
supportive,
I
bro.
keep
groupie,
up. I
huh?
listen to.
You're
I
a
listen.
fan?
I listen to.
Yo, you
Little
know-
groupie girl.
You know, at first, I won't lie, like I was kind of like, cause when I met like when I was hearing about Garzi, it was like at the point where I was like getting fed up with like all these rappers like hitting me up and stuff and just being like, you know, on some regular
Yeah.
rapper shit,
Yeah.
talking about I'm next up and this and that, and just
Yeah.
copying everyone making terrible music and sending it to me, and I
Yeah.
was feeling really full of myself. And I hear about Garzi,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
So
It's an understatement.
he's from what, Miami?
yeah, he's from you know
Yeah.
Garzi, right?
Well, I see him on Instagram because mutual people.
'cause I'm always
and he'll
posting
be
him.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see him and I checked out his page and yeah.
But
So,
Do you follow him? Give him a follow. Why
I
don't
will.
you?
I
You
will
should
give him a
yeah,
follow.
everyone follow
I'm
Garzi.
not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
go
I
follow
did listen.
Garzi. Bro.
I did listen to when he.
And while you're at it, go
million
follow A
followers.
God too.
Yeah,
I
Agar
think
OTR.
I think we
Yes,
follow each
sir.
other. We follow each
Do you?
other.
Who
I-
you and who? A God?
I that name sounds familiar. Yes,
Yeah.
name sounds familiar. But
That's my brother.
did
That's my
see him-
twin.
when Garzi got signed to Capitol Records, then I kind of listened to some of his stuff on YouTube.
But
Looked
like,
it up.
as I was saying, like at first, like I was getting fed up, like all these rappers, and I hear Garzi, so I wasn't really like impressed because it was like all the same people hitting me up, telling me about Garzi, and I was just like, you know, Garzi's like whatever. So then, I actually met him. Like the first time I ever met him was at when Alex did shows.
Yeah, the
Were you there?
Survivor. What was it?
You were there, right?
I went to the first one.
You were with but you were there with me, right?
No.
No, I went with Evilio, I think.
Wait, which show are you talking about?
It was
The
No
ones that-
Survivors.
That OTR was throwing.
Yeah, that's when
No
I performed
Survivors.
that. I performed.
Oh
Chicken
yeah,
Tender
yeah,
Sub.
yeah. You did. I was
you
there.
performed. Wait, you
Yeah.
performed Chicken Tender Sub
I told you that was me in the video performing in that show.
Oh, I thought that was just a show
Wait,
you went
wait,
to with
wait,
other
wait.
people.
That
I
was
didn't
my
know that
show.
Were you
performed at
there?
that show.
You were there.
I was. I performed when you were there.
Yo,
Yeah,
we
you
didn't go
watched me.
together though.
No, we didn't. You showed up.
Yeah.
You were like this was before
It's
like we were like
close,
close.
What are you doing?
Nah, but yeah, that was because I performed.
Yo, why didn't we go together and
think
we
the
didn't even
camera saw
vibe?
that?
So you were with your girlfriend.
Damn, you
Yeah.
sold him out.
Yeah.
That was my
Nah,
wife.
but y'all was supporting. But yo, Garzi turned the fuck.
Divorce.
I did Chicken Tender Sub, and then Garzi turned the fuck
Honestly,
up.
I don't remember any performance. I don't know why that is.
You know, yeah, wow. You remember my performance?
Nah,
it wasn't.
bro.
Nah, it was lit because Garzi just like
I can't tell you
I didn't-
anyone who performed, honestly.
because everyone was like just like watching. Danny G performed. I think he
I
did.
don't know. Who
Danny
that is.
Gautier.
Yeah, Danny Gosher.
Oh,
He
Shout
performed.
out Danny. Danny's cool.
okay.
But
Danny.
I did Chicken.
Gusher. I hear
Why
it's
you doing
Gusher.
that?
Gusher.
I did
Right?
so I performed and then Garzi just like cause like everyone was chilling, everyone was like, should I turn up? I don't know. Should I not? I don't know. But then Garzi, he didn't give a fuck. He liked the song. Everyone else didn't want to turn up because they were like so self conscious, like whatever.
Yeah, he just
And Garzi,
vibing to it.
Garzi just jumped
Rock-
up like on
rocking
stage. And
out.
he's just like, yeah. And I was just like, okay, I'm feeling his vibes. And then everyone else started because they saw Garzi do it.
His
Everyone else
energy
did
was
it.
like infectious for the
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
crowd. Yeah, I could see that.
And then everyone was turning up. And
I
was
will
just
give
like,
him a follow.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's that natural born shit.
bro. Like I'm.
That energy.
It's
that-
funny. I'm going through it right now. I'm like seeing it different, like the way that It happened. Like, yo, I fuck with Garzi, bro.
You guys ever been
Garzi's
to
lit, dude. And his music is fucking like really good.
It's bro. Did you see like the edit I did with his tape with the inside of the head? I forgot what it was called.
Higher.
Yeah. You saw what I did with my picture?
Nah.
I don't want to look for it because that was like so long
You
ago.
remade the cover to that song?
Yeah, and I put it on one of my pictures.
What'd you do? Like you
I just,
put
like,
your head and turned it to
it was like me like doing a sideways profile, and I just like put the brain scan on top of my face. But it looked like his cover, and that was funny. He didn't really say nothing.
Was
about
that the inspiration to what
liked
you
it.
did?
It was.
Yeah, shout out Garzi and A-God once more.
Have you guys ever been to one of Juan shows?
So where?
Juan?
No.
Who's Juan?
No,
But I've jammed with him, and it is crazy. He has a studio, like a home studio. We had a little jam session once upon a time.
You know what's worse than
Juan's cool as
coronavirus?
fuck. What?
Ligma.
What's ligma?
What's that?
Ligma ball.
Yeah.
Damn.
Adam hasn't used that one yet.
Yo, what's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Sonic.
Sonic. You like Wendy's?
Actually, I like Jack in the Box.
In-N-Out Burger.
You guys like Wendy's?
Ew, and it's horrible. I like Wendy's.
Wendy's nuts hit your chin?
Oh my god, I can't believe I felt that. A.
What?
Yo,
B.
Come here real quick.
What do you mean come here?
Just come here, bro.
What's
What
going
am I
on?
gonna do?
Bro, just come here.
You wanna
I'm
smoke
here.
more weed?
Come here. Huh?
You want to smoke more weed?
No, here.
No. Oh,
Come here. Come over here.
am I taking this off?
Ven aquí.
No, you're scaring me with that fucking shit on your face and these
Yeah,
Really?
soft ass gloves.
These are my burglar gloves.
What is it?
Ven aquí. Just ven aquí, bro.
You're like a Home Alone burglar.
We wasting the podcast, the listeners' time.
All right, I'm here.
Come closer. Don't be scared. Don't be so scary. Yeah, I got you, bro.
I had to wait for the Danisha to get
Okay.
her donk out the way.
What is that?
Yo, you're stupid, bro. Damn, you invested all of that for a failed attempt. I love
always
that
got
one.
you.
Though.
I used to do that at Alcoholic all the time.
That's
so
a
all my
classic
bosses-
right there. Huh?
Can I show the camera my shoes?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
show 'em.
these are some fire kicks right
I
here.
show the camera my shoes.
You gotta lift
them up
it.
over
You gotta
here.
lift it up.
Okay. I really
You should have
fuck
made
with
sure it was still rolling while you were up.
Oh yeah, let me.
Thank you. Now I don't have to do it all the time. But not
But on interview when we do the interviews, bro.
Yeah.
Like the
Yo, let's talk interview stories, bro. This is the whole point of this. So like say like all the
Yeah.
behind the scenes
Yeah,
shit of like
behind
6
the
all right. What's first? Because so many like.
Let's talk about V Nasty's interview.
Oh yeah.
Free.
Yo, me and him had a fun time with her because we were both like, we miss our
Yeah, that's fun.
girlfriends.
Fun time.
Yeah, those were the days, I guess.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of nice having a girlfriend. But yeah, V Nasty, she's cool as fuck.
She eats tuna out of a can, I think. Was it tuna?
Oysters, she eats canned oysters.
Have you ever had canned oysters, Danisha?
She eats canned oysters. What
Yeah.
kind of demon is
Well, that day that she pulled them out, we had to
Day,
go buy them
every 3 days. Every day.
Yeah,
for
but the
whole time.
first day when she pulled them out, then I
You know
did
what's
have
funny?
canned
When I
oysters.
met her at El Tiesto, whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
El Tiesto, like
By the
the
beach.
DJ?
No. Tiesto, it's like a Dominican spot down like by Biscayne.
Oh no.
El Otro Tiesto, I think.
You go to Dominican spots.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Well, I met her there, and it's funny because when I've done so many events there, and like so many things happened at that spot.
Yeah.
For me, it's pretty funny because I went there with my ex, and then I went there for a show a bunch of times for like Kid Trunk shows and like X shows and all that stuff. And then I went there and I met her there, and she was eating. She ordered ceviche.
Yeah,
Yeah, she loves her seafood, bro.
Yeah,
That's like not
she
Yeah,
regular
what's up
really-
with
seafood.
she
her?
really
Canned
does.
oysters,
That was the first thing-
ceviche?
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, y'all like seafood? Well, I'm gonna take y'all and your girlfriends to like a seafood spot."
she's cool as shit. You remember she was like there? She went to our show with us.
Yo, I fuck with her too,
It's
bro.
so funny, bro.
I mean, yeah, when we perform clowns.
Yeah,
So, V Nasty, you met her in Miami?
No, like she like flew out. She flew out. She wanted me to fly
she
her out.
flew out,
You know
Flued out.
flowed out.
You know, she's funny because like I fuck with her heavy, But she wanted me to fly her out and pay for her hotel, right?
Yeah.
But then she ended up paying for everything and paying for us for everything.
Yeah,
Remember?
right. She's cool as shit.
Yeah, she ended up.
I
spending all her
wish
money on
like
us.
She's paid.
I wish like
Yeah.
I was able to like say everything that we like experienced with her.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
like, you
we
get
can't
me?
talk about that.
Can't, not really, without incriminating some people.
You think she's coming back?
I hope so. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? She said she would type shit. I think.
Danisha, how do you feel about the N-word?
What do you mean? How do I feel about it?
You be saying it,
Yeah, I be saying it sometimes.
but you're like brown, so you can say it.
yeah,
Right?
like I feel like like definitely if you trace my ancestors, my name's Danisha, so
Danisha.
Danisha.
yeah,
But there's no apostrophe.
there's no
I
apostrophe.
don't even
There could
think
be, there could
names
be.
really like,
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
know,
names-
class-
I've met a lot of what's like.
Do
The,
they?
But
what's
you're gonna have to ancestry.
Nah.
You're gonna have to ancestry me. I mean, but like I'm really conscious of it. Like I try not to just just throw it around and stuff.
like nigga this, nigga that. This.
Yeah, like I don't try to
Like-
use it
like
Gabby.
excessively.
Remember Gabby?
No, I don't.
Which one?
You didn't watch the video?
What video?
The Gabby girl.
Oh yeah, that chick who went viral on
Yeah, the
Twitter
racist
and
girl.
shit.
She was like that. She's like nigga,
She's
nigga.
crazy.
She got in trouble for saying it.
Oh no, yeah.
You didn't hear
And I
about
also
Gabby?
think that if you're like a certain color, you just should be a certain.
I remember one time, me and Gio were at a bar, and I was like drunk.
Without me?
Drunk as fuck. I was drunk, and I'm talking to Gio, and then I get kind of like rowdy sometimes, most times, and I guess I was talking loud and like talking like shit, cursing, whatever, and we're in a bar of like a bunch of like white folk and whatever, like a bunch of reserved people.
Mm-hmm.
And Gio's kind of getting embarrassed, and he's like, "Yo, like, calm down. You're talking crazy loud." And then he like whatever. So he was saying that, and then he said it once more, but like specifically like telling me like, "Yo, chill. You're saying like nigga and like cursing," and like with the same tone of voice and same level. I'm like, I don't give a damn. Like, I'm the only one that could say this shit. Fuck these white people. And I was like, nigga, 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 nigga.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, they didn't let you say it?
No, they weren't saying nothing. It was just Gio kind of like being like, yo, like.
being like conscious.
Yeah,
of
like
it.
conscious.
Yeah,
like no one said anything like, hey, excuse me, sir, you're being very loud. Like, it was just all in his head. So, like, just to fuck with him, I was like, you get me?
Yeah, and I also think I haven't really experienced that in anywhere in Miami where someone's like real like, oh, like you said that word. I think it's in certain more like conservative areas, if you will. That's what I think, but I could be wrong.
Was there anyone racist when we went to LA?
Was there? How was LA?
did
Can you
we
guys summarize?
experience
Can you guys
racism
summarize
in
your
LA?
LA trip? Because it looks like you guys had a lot of fun.
Did you watch the vlog? Let's watch the vlog.
I
We
watched
were with
some of
Whoa
it.
Vicky, so I don't know if that counts as
Ew, she's
experiencing
gross.
racism.
You guys were with her.
That's true.
You guys were with Whoa Vicky.
Yeah, she's
so
kind of cool.
gross.
She's chill.
She don't like me.
Talks like gonorrhea. You couldn't
Like,
pay me enough
for real.
to hang
She's
out
regular, man.
You didn't watch her
She's-
Rice Gum
with. And I
videos?
hope you see this, Whoa Vicky.
You watch
I
her
love
Rice-
you, Whoa Vicky.
You watch her Rice Gum videos? Like, she diss Rice Gum. She's like, ching chong, ching chong.
She's just like
Ching
she's
chong,
like
ching
the
chong,
epitome
bitch.
of like
Yeah, that's like a lyric in one of her songs, right?
That's the hook.
Yeah,
She's
ching
just
chong,
like-
ching
ching
chong.
chong,
the
bitch.
epitome of a little white
Lil pump,
girl
big pump with a big dick. Yo, I fuck with that song.
just being racist and profiting off of being.
She's not really being racist though.
She is. That's racist.
She
Ching chong.
is.
That's like calling coronavirus
Oh.
coronavirus.
She's like in every way and shape.
Yeah.
She's just mocking everyone's culture.
Yeah, it's very racist. Ching chong, ching chong. Oh man.
Also, how do you guys feel about Bad Baby? Are you guys Bad
love
Baby
her.
supporters?
Yeah.
Love her.
Not at all, but I
love
like
her.
some of her music.
She's so
And
thotty.
she's
so
kind of
fun.
sexy.
She. Please take
She's
that
18.
back. She's
No
she's
like,
18,
pedal.
right? She's 18,
she's
right?
not 18 yet.
No
I think she's
pedal.
18.
Yeah, she's like 14, bro.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
She got them. She got the goods.
Oh no. Bad Baby was beefing with Sky Jackson. Did you guys?
Oh yeah, I heard someone posted her pussy on like, Instagram, right? Or like on Twitter, right?
Who's pussy?
Ooh, Sky
Or no,
Jackson?
someone flashed her pussy at Sky Jackson.
Ooh.
Someone flashed
know.
whose pussy at?
Their pussy.
Their own pussy, and
Yeah,
who is
at-
Sky Jackson?
She's a Disney Channel star.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
like young.
Disney girl.
Who was it that was like hitting on her?
hitting on her.
Yeah, like it was like some old guy. It was
It
like
was
hitting on
some
her.
rapper, I think, or maybe
Drake.
Was it?
Drake
Nah,
was
I don't
plotting
know.
on Billie Eilish.
I really don't know who Sky Jackson.
You like Billie Eilish?
I like Billie Eilish. You guys don't like Billie Eilish? She's so
Mm,
cool. Her
yeah.
voice of an angel, and her brother writes all her music.
Yeah,
And I love the
I
way
like her music a lot.
she dresses. She's like, you can never say anything was about her body.
Everyone hates about stuff about her because she's like white and with her comments about like
You-
hip hop and stuff.
Whether you like her because of her skin color or not.
She
if
would
you
comment
close-
on hip hop shit,
Yeah.
and people would like
Yeah,
attack
so-
her for it.
I felt like she was like she looked kind of like Lil Xan. So I
She's
felt like she was
very-
like a
Ah.
Lil
she
Xan.
likes
of,
Lil
like,
Xan, and
Fuck.
They look
her
alike.
music taste. I listen to her podcast on Apple Music.
Is that her brother who writes all the music?
Lil Xan
If
is
so,
alike.
Lil Xan is low key a goat.
For
Really, you like Billie Eilish too?
Yeah, her music is good. It's undeniable.
if you were blind and you listen to Billie Eilish, her voice is beautiful. Like
It's undeniably good.
you can't.
What about if you were
there's-
deaf?
You can feel the vibration,
Yeah.
so
Her
it's still
lyrics,
good
what do you call the
because
little
those
dots?
beats are good,
Yeah.
Braille.
bro.
Her braille would be fire.
You know what I find so funny? Like, you know how there's signs like in corridors and hallways and elevators and stairwells and blah blah blah, and underneath the signs are like little braille for the sign. But it's like you're blind, so where are you gonna know to put your hand to find the braille?
I never thought of that.
Like, what? You're
That's why
fucking
People
blind.
are always like feeling all over. Like
What if you feel titties?
I've never
for the
seen
braille.
a blind person feeling on a wall.
I've
looking
never
for
seen
a
either. They
braille.
use those canes. How do you feel?
But
with the
everything
cane?
is braille.
But like, what if they feel titties? Like, does that happen? Like, oh, sorry, I'm blind.
Nah, that's like taking advantage
You don't think that happens?
of your
of your handicap?
handicap. I was gonna say handicap, but I don't like using that word.
Why? That's what it's called.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah, that's a okay word.
Well, you're not supposed to say cripple.
do you know how to roll?
Why not?
You're not allowed to say that. Oh, look at that cripple.
You're
You
not
should
allowed
say,
to say
hey, look
it.
at that.
Yeah, that's not
I wouldn't even
true.
consider a blind person a cripple. What I consider cripples is like fucked up like limbs and
No, that's roadkill. I'm
um,
just kidding. That's what they call hamburgers when they're like too flat. It's called
hamburgers.
roadkill.
Do you know how to roll weed?
Into the mic, please.
Do you know how to roll cannabis?
Nah.
Oh, no. No.
Remember when I posted that post of like me rolling like
No.
a blunt and it was like super terrible. My bad.
No, it's okay.
It was like super terrible.
Why? You've just never learned? What do you smoke out of? What is your preferred smoking method?
It was what is it? Those weed.
The vegan wraps?
Yeah.
Raws.
It's like the King's Palms. I love those.
King.
In
Oh,
this
the
packet.
Palma. The Palma.
Those are
and the
cigarillos or
No, it's just the weed, like the.
It's a weed palm. If we're talking about the right one, it's a Palma that has
it's
like
tobacco wraps or
It's weed wrap. It's like the leaf is
Paper.
weed. Yeah.
the leaf is weed like
a
hemp.
hemp.
Yo,
Oh.
That's real loud.
sir. Yeah,
One
I
of the
know.
best things I've ever smoked out of was this Palma thing with like a corn husk tip.
Corn husk.
Very, very smooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was pretty smooth.
Mm.
Why,
Did you
why
guys
did it
know
make
that
that sound when I that made the experience so different?
if you get a medical marijuana card, you can't get smokable flower in Florida? Did you guys know that?
What does that mean?
Smokable flower like CBD.
Like you can't get buds in medical marijuana places. You can only get like vapes, edibles, but you can't.
So where do
get-
you get your bud then? Your weed.
I guess bud isn't legal in Florida yet for medical marijuana.
you have a
Oh
medical
yeah,
marijuana
so
card?
yeah, I guess what you're saying is that we're able to get our medical marijuana cards,
Basically,
but
if you get
there's no dispensaries just yet.
no, there is. There's a lot of.
Well,
It's
there's
not
dispensaries.
growers
smokable.
and-
It's not smokable. You have to like ingest it different ways.
So yeah, so there's a lot of
Okay, yeah.
dispensaries where you could get a medical marijuana card, but you can't.
No, yeah,
get-
but a dispensary
But-
dispenses the marijuana. Actually, we don't really have that just
Remember
yet.
when we went to
no, we
the
do though. But
Yeah, that's what I'm
so-
saying. But it's not like open to the public. Like you can't literally. There's no one out there. No one's getting prescriptions pretty much because there's no supply for these prescriptions. But people already have their doctors and their licenses for it. It's just there's no scripts getting filled out.
Remember when we went
because-
to the dispensary in LA? It was like No, you didn't go.
Yeah, I didn't go. I went to the one next to a Dash. Well, we didn't even go there, but there was one right next to Dash Radio.
The second time I went to LA,
I didn't go to that one.
The second time I went to LA, I went to a bunch of dispensaries, and they were cool. Like, they don't let you bring like credit cards. You have to pay everything cash. And when I went on like a whole adventure,
you pay
bro.
everything cash in California?
No, just for just for weed.
Oh.
When it was like 2 a.m, and we're just like we're like looking for like a dispensary, right? So like we're all walking, and my phone's about to die, and we're on this like app called Weed Maps, and it shows you all the dispensaries, but they're so weird because they close, like some are 24 hours and some like are closed.
24 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, check this out. So go on that same app and do a search here in where we're at in Florida.
Now?
Yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of shit pop up.
Yeah. No, but like the craziest thing was like we finally we were looking all over, and every single weed place that we went to was closed, and we're like, fuck, this place closed at exactly 2, and it's already past 2. And then and then they're all closed, and I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know if it's anything like Denver, but when you go in, it's kind of like a doctor's office. There's like a waiting room. You don't.
No, it's not like that. It's like a Walgreens. You just go buy. I want that.
So
weed.
the ones in Denver, there's no like. It's not like you ever walk into one and then straight into the room. It's like a little doctor's office, like a waiting area, and then they kind of screen you because you're only able to buy like I think it's a quarter a day, I believe.
Yeah, I think in LA you're only allowed to like have a little bit of like a certain amount on you.
Yeah, and all the edibles come at 10 milligrams, like maxed out per edible. Like they don't do more than that. So it's real regulated. And then when you think about the prices are honestly, I'd get better street prices than I would in dispensaries. And then
because the taxes, right?
There's like the low key war between dispensaries and dealers that goes on.
Really?
Yeah, and think about if they made it legal here.
Yo,
I would definitely fuck up the weed game. Like,
remember when we were by Dash, and then like in the front of the store, they had a guy with the big ass AK-47.
Yeah, they got armed fucking guards at these dispensaries.
Like armed, not no pistols. They will kill
shotguns
you.
and vests.
If you walk in there the wrong way, they will kill you.
Yep.
They have a license to kill.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy because you don't see that at these fucking liquor stores. Maybe it was like that when it first got legal again.
So
maybe there was armed guards.
Yeah, but it does alcohol make as much money as weed does?
I think so, maybe.
If not more.
Because if alcohol doesn't, then it's like weed. It's probably just because weed is so. It's probably just because weed is more expensive.
Gotta be
mine. The fuck, dog.
Dog backward is God.
Why is that?
It is. Because dogs.
Man's best friend.
But that's in the English translation. I'm pretty sure.
Do you guys feel like dog is a man's best friend? Do you guys all have a dog?
No.
Have you ever had a dog?
I have a dog.
I know you got 12.
It's my dog.
If you could have any pet, well, is there a reason you don't have pets? You just not like pets?
My mom doesn't really like dogs.
He's scared.
But if you could have a pet, what kind of pet would you have?
A rabbit.
Can we get some kind of noise effect for that?
Why? You don't like rabbits?
When I was a kid, I've had rabbits. I've had hella rabbits.
I had a rabbit.
And they'll have babies and shit. And then next thing you know, you got like 20 little, huh?
You don't spade or neuter it?
Nah. Nope.
They be fucking.
I just recently got my cat spayed.
Rabbits be fucking and they reproduce a lot. That's why people say, when people fuck a lot, they're fucking like rabbits. That's a thing.
Yo, what's the movie? Let me think. Oh yeah, you guys remember the Dr. Dolittle, like the Eddie Murphy one? So in Dr. Dolittle, the Eddie Murphy one, there's a bunch of animals in a forest, and animals are talking and saying things.
Until you take it.
Stop being fucking weird over there. Cool. Both of you guys.
We're going through a little.
Tell them
patch.
we're doing something. You can tell the audience out. Tell people at home in quarantine. Just Dr. Dolittle stuff.
Yeah. So then, whatever, the raccoon says blah blah blah, and then they show a couple of bunnies, and then like all the animals are leaving, right? And then the girl bunny says to the guy bunny right before they turn around and leave, she's like, "Well, let's go fool around." It's just like, whoa, it's a kids movie.
And only the adults catch it.
That's funny.
You ever been watching a movie, like a child movie, and then you caught like a dirty joke in it, and you're like, damn, like how did they slip that in
Powerpuff
there?
Girls all the time.
All the time, man.
Powerpuff Girls.
You ever watch Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, I used to love Blossom.
They always say like sexual innuendos and stuff.
Yeah, and then
In
the three
Powerpuff
girls.
Girls?
Yeah.
There's three
Yeah.
girls. How sick. There's probably sickos that definitely.
No, it's mostly
jack
like
off
Nurse
to
Bellum
I
and
got a
Powerpuff
daddy.
Girls.
the Nurse Bellum and the mayor. They're always
that-
like flirting.
Is that a weird question for the comments? What's the weirdest thing you've ever jacked off to?
Are you asking us as well?
Yes, I want to
Mm.
know. If you guys want to get personal.
The weirdest things probably.
Wait, is it the weirdest things as in like things that are like are actually weird or things that girls find weird?
just the weirdest that was like to you that like after you were done, you were like, damn, like. I
Yeah,
jacked
well,
off
well,
that.
to me. So I'm gonna tell you.
You got time to think about it.
Like once in a blue
He's
moon,
willing
I find myself like in the cartoon category, I guess.
like
And
hentai.
hentai?
Not hentai.
like Teen
Okay,
Titans?
no, let me rephrase that.
Teen
Not
Titans.
cartoon, but like
Animation.
I guess a parody of cartoons.
Like SpongeBob.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Oh.
gonna say that.
You know what
So
I'm talking
I've
about.
seen a Sandy and SpongeBob one. Other than that,
My nuts.
I've seen some weird ones, man. That's kind of like
But so,
Then
but you're
that's like
saying
the
that
weirdest thing.
you like.
And I was gunning it to it.
I don't
You
know.
get me? Like,
I guess you're creasing. You're
Sound
creasing.
effects to that gunshots.
I was
You're
gunning it.
creasing. You're punishing. You're punishing your meat.
But all right, so whatever, you got the gist. So now let me try to think.
Nah,
of
I don't want to
which
get the
one is
jizz, bro.
it.
That's all you, bro. You get the jizz. Give it to her.
Jizz. It sounds like I'm saying jizz.
Oh, thanks for explaining the jokes, everyone.
you got-
I've
Can't
never guessed
unsee
it.
it.
You got the jizz.
No, I think
Actually, it won't even like it will make sense if you use a play on words and swap gist for jizz. Make that part of your lingo.
jizz.
Like you got
You ever
got the
text
jizz.
girls like, "Oh, here, come over, CUM."
Let me see. You're not gonna
You know-
drink that. Let me get that.
You ever been like that?
Yeah,
Like,
I utilize that.
I feel like niggas do that on purpose. Like, there's no you and come over, like come
But
over here.
I feel like
Come
if you
over.
write me come over here, then that's just automatically like you're gonna fuck. Like that's what you're trying
You
to
guys ever read
You
like
think so?
books?
What if that's
Yeah.
how they just spell come?
Then you just like can't read and write.
But would you still fuck?
I mean, not off.
Like
not
he
off with
uses
just
it that way. Like, oh,
no,
I'm not
I'ma
gonna fuck. I
yeah.
was gonna fuck, but now I'm not.
That's how
Shit,
girls. That's how
maybe.
girls think. They're like, oh, you don't swing.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
not that deep. No, I mean not for me personally. No.
So if they did text you that,
he
you would
might
be like,
he might be cool as fuck. He might text stupid as fuck, and he might be so cool. So
but you wouldn't stop talking to him just because of like a way he texted you.
no, and then like if he's just really bad at his grammar, and I've had some people like that where like they were just texting me and they were just they were cool people. They just got bad grammar. So I kinda try
Basically,
to
they're
be like
stupid.
yeah. So I kind of try to be a model. So I kind of try to text properly.
Yeah, me
so
too.
you catch the drift. Like you can't keep texting me. And,
I
like,
never
don't
use
throw in-
you.
Honestly, I
Sometimes
can't get past
I
that.
shorthand.
I can't tolerate that.
What?
Like a retarded ass person, and it just
Texting.
shows through their text.
The what?
Yeah.
A retarded ass person,
I hate
and it
having
just
to-
shows through their text.
Oh,
Like
I can't decode what you're saying, like, bro, like, make it understand. But,
Like,
like, even if
you're
you're
an
going to
idiot.
shorthand it,
how do most guys slide in your DM? Like if the guy wants to hit you up,
Hey,
how do most-
sexy.
what
Hey-
is like
hey-
the most thing that they
hey,
gotta say to you?
beautiful.
it usually goes, like, when I post a picture, because I don't post that often. So, like, as soon as I post
send
something,
Bob.
then
Revise the
it all
story.
starts, like, damn, haven't seen you in a while.
Really?
Like, damn, how you been?
That actually works.
Does it work? No.
Don't give this guy any idea.
But-
No, I mean for the girls, like does
But
posting a picture
sometimes-
like do you post a picture just be like, oh, I want to get have this
Thirst trap.
person
Oh,
see.
yeah. There's probably been times where I'm like, damn, let me see what's, like, that's my way of my fishing. That's how I throw my rod out.
Really?
You know, I'm going to go ahead. I don't post at all. I post, like, bi-yearly.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and
so is
post something.
Instagram a dating app for you?
No. I mean, yeah, I've went on some dates through Instagram,
It
but
can
is
be.
it a dating app for me?
Literally, Instagram is all things social.
It could be
literally
anything
all
you need.
things.
You can make money. You can
You could do fucking you could do
you can
therapy.
live the life. You can have
on-
kids. You can have kids off of Instagram. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. People have met on Instagram.
Yeah, hell
have
yeah.
Families.
Do you think it's like a long term thing, kind
Energy.
of? Because and no one I've been on Instagram has been long term. It's all been like.
I
Short. Do you
mean-
think it matters?
It all depends because sometimes most people on
Yeah.
Instagram are within your circle. Like they're people that know
Not-
somebody, you
not
know
for me.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, I don't know. This is a small world. I meet so many people, and I
Miami's
know
small.
so many.
Yeah,
I know so many people that know so many people.
that's true. But yeah, what do you think's like? Do you think that Instagram's a dating app?
Of course.
Yeah. What do you is that your main dating
But
app?
it's not.
Have you ever tried other things like Tinder, like Plenty of Fish?
Nah, because I use Tinder and I just look for girls' Instagrams and then I just follow them on Instagram. I
Oh.
just message them on
Okay.
Instagram.
This would probably be a good
You
time
fuck
to,
with the IG.
to tell guys out there that I used to bully them on Plenty of Fish from a fake account.
Why?
I don't know.
What's that like? That's like
Yeah.
Tinder. That's like Bumble. Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, it's just like local.
You made
It
a
was like
penny.
Tinder.
What made you want to make
It
a
was like
penny
a
of fish?
I just wanted to be mean.
How do
I
the profiles
don't
look
know.
on that?
Oh, they're real.
Is it like
low
real deal
budget.
dating app
It's
shit?
real low budget. Let
It's
me
like a
tell you that.
pic and a bio.
But a best friend of mine, her name is Holly Ann Sirtai. She
Such a long name.
actually,
Shout out Holly and Sertai.
yeah, from Dykeman, New York.
It sounds like you're speaking Pootie Tang language, like Pootie Tang lingo.
She actually found love. She
Sirtai.
found love on Plenty of Fish. She's in a successful, ongoing 2-year relationship from Plenty of Fish.
Nice, good for
Yeah.
her. Congrats, Holly and Sertai.
Holly Ann Sirtai, the first and only.
Do you feel like you'd still be friends with people if you weren't on Instagram?
I'm not friends with that many
Yeah,
people.
even I'm on Instagram and I'm
Yeah.
not friends with the people. That I'm
yeah, like most
friends
of the
with.
people on Instagram are just like people that I've met at a certain point in life, and like that's their way of like they still know what I do.
Do you feel like Instagram is like its own world where it's like you go in the world and you like everyone is here? Because it's like you see like their stories and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
you're into that world. Like it's like you get transported from this world into that world into their world.
It's like
a
being social without going out. It's like seeing everyone.
Yeah.
It's like everyone linking up without everyone linking up.
it's just everyone make you feel bad because you
Yeah.
feel like your life sucks.
But how's your Instagram? Your Instagram's like a big platform
You
for
think so?
you. So how is it more
It's
personal?
a big vanity mirror.
It is. I spend like 2 hours looking at my pictures every single day. It's like, oh, what did this person think of this angle of my chin?
I hope she saw this one, bro.
But she doesn't like it.
Oh man,
It's funny because the person that I want to like my pictures, all she likes is my tattoo pictures. I'm like, you just like me for my craft.
Your craft.
Yeah.
True.
She just likes you for your toilet paper, bro.
Right.
Do you ever use the "I'm a barber" pickup line? Like, hey,
Never.
Is that a
I'm a
pickup
barber.
People
line?
don't even
No.
really know that.
I use hey.
And
I'm a
I kind of
tattoo.
don't like that you just said that and put it out there. But nah, honestly, I don't mention that, and I
use my-
definitely don't mention that as like a hook, like a hook line.
as a you never tried it.
I use
though.
my
Never tried it.
You should try it though.
I use my hey. I'm a tattoo artist.
Yeah. Hey, you like tattoos? You want to get a tattoo?
Stop.
So-
Stop just filling the sauce.
Is there any tattoos that you want?
Damn. So I think this
That's not sauce.
this
That's like
podcast
a
just
that's like a
learned a little
driblet
bit
of.
No.
more about both of you guys.
What?
This podcast
That we
just
respect
learned-
women.
It got a little bit personal because now it knows a little bit about what both of you guys do.
You or like
Yeah, the podcast
You
are
and- you're talking like from like your like.
Yeah, like I'm saying from like my point of view.
You know what's
damn.
funny? I feel like this like 2020 is just like, you know, is like my 20th season in my life. I'm just and everyone's like, hey, happy 20th season anniversary, whatever, right? And I'm just like going over the highlights of like all my years in this podcast, just like telling my stories of like things that I've been through. And it's like, oh, remember this?
Oh, you out of time, baby.
Who was the best person you guys interviewed together?
I don't know.
James Lance.
Not Marsha May.
James
Oh,
Lance. That's
Marsha
the
May.
model.
No, he's a guy.
James Lance. The male model.
Yeah, he was mad at me because I was late
Oh,
today.
really?
He's
Very
like,
diva
like-
of him.
I don't like to wait on people. You remember him? We were in the elevator. He was like, I don't like waiting on people. It was an awkward elevator.
James Lance.
How was Marsha May?
I said that because I knew you were not gonna remember. Marsha May was cool.
Yeah.
He was in the back. He's like, oh, say these bad words.
I was in the back of the camera giving him cue cards and shit.
Because I was like, It's like, and he's like,
half naked porn star.
you're
Loading.
It's so funny because everyone says, "Oh, you should have done it with her naked," and I was like, she wanted to do it naked. I said, no, I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I can't make it naked.
You can't. Right? They'll
advised
take it
against
down.
it.
Not like because the thing is, I could have
Blurred it, but that would be too much work.
I didn't want
And then what would
I don't
be the
wanna do
point?
it.
Yeah.
just so that they don't see her naked body on YouTube, so that kids don't see.
You know what
Yeah.
would be so much easier now?
What?
You know how like on Instagram story you could pin an emoji in a fixated like spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had that somehow, you just pinned some shit on her titties and it'll never move.
That was the technology now, and back then they didn't have that.
Yeah,
technology.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it would.
I would have had to do that all manual.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It would have been nice.
Can't you wait till the day we're like really actually professional? Like when we do this stuff, it's like real big production, like quality. That's the day.
Yeah, I'll be lit.
That's why I like 6 feet, because 6 feet is like I'm the guy in the middle that's like, okay, I have an idea of what to do, but I'm not there yet, and it's like I'm just like working. This guy, like I'm gonna get there, so like all those kids that are at the same exact spot, or like a little like right before it, they like have a sense of, okay, this is what I do next.
Yeah.
Not just in like rapping either, just like in life in general. Like, what do you do when you're 20 years old? You're in college, but you don't want to go there anymore.
Who inspired 6 feet? Like who inspired? Like where did this
Young
inspo come
Dolph.
from? Oh,
Young
I
Dolph.
love Young Dolph.
That's my intro.
But my favorite song from Young Dolph is Lipstick.
Lipstick.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
that
guys go
song.
listen to that after.
But who inspired 6 feet?
Yeah. Any inspo?
I mean, should I be so blatant, like obvious about it? No
No.
jumper.
Oh yeah.
No, because like anyone watching, because everyone says, "Oh, you're the Walmart no jumper." I'm like, okay,
The
cool.
Walmart.
Walmart.
I'm for you.
But
That's
hey,
great value.
Walmart's booming.
No, but it's funny because I cater to like those kids that are just like, oh, you know, I'm rapping, but I'm not nobody.
Yeah,
know?
like at least you
Yeah.
have something similar in your area, in your
Yeah.
community.
So you can see
Your bum ass ain't gonna fly to LA and fucking, you get me?
because those are you talking about me?
No, I'm saying the people, you get me,
Oh,
that you do it for.
Yeah, you know, I give you the platform when you're like, you can't get to no jumper, you can't get to say cheese, you can't get to you know,
Yeah.
like you can't get to those like, I mean, yeah, like more not like top tier, but like up there, like tier, like middle tier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like now no jumper is like top tier, but those like
Mhm.
other blogs, because it's like
Yeah.
it's like a ladder, you know, it's like a stepping stone.
Yeah.
You got to be at this level. I'm here for you guys at this level.
We literally had no
Smart.
interviewers like that in Miami except for like Mars
Yeah,
and
just
shit.
Mars and
Mars and
Space Jones was doing interviews,
yeah.
and who else?
The more the merrier.
A lot of people like they do interviews, but they were like working at radio stations, so they had to
Yeah.
actually do the interviews.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people I met like that, and it kind of made me like feel cheap about like how I was doing it.
And how is it when you like approach people like to do an interview? Like, are they usually like willing, or are they usually like,
I mean, I
Young boy.
approached Takashi. Oh yeah, I went to NBA Youngboy and I was like, "Yo, you want to do an interview?" And he's like,
You made me go up to NBA Young Boy.
"I
You went up
to
to NBA
We
Young
both
Boy?
did. But you're
I
not-
did.
Oh, you made me go to BWA Ron.
Yeah, because I didn't know who he
Yeah.
was. I was like, "Oh wait, who's
Yeah.
the
Who's BWA?
Yeah, I
Ron?
think
It's,
that's Kevin Gates'
Gates'
brother,
brother.
his little brother. He's like his DJ, but
You know
now he
Kevin
just
Gates?
has like his own
I do
brand.
know.
Kind
Do
of
I
in a
like
way.
Kevin Gates?
Do you know him?
I know Kevin Gates.
It's
Yes.
his little brother.
Yeah.
Kevin Gates always raps about
I'm gonna die in this Cuban link.
there you go.
How do you
I
think
love that
that's
song.
not even him,
That
dude?
is the song.
And
Rod
how
Wave.
he loves his girl.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
Die in this
yeah.
Cuban links.
He loves his woman, right? That's the one.
Yeah,
He's
Drake.
He's like
Draco.
That's a good wholesome man right there.
Yeah, but I would never interview him. I seen his interviews.
I
He's
don't
such
know.
a dick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
would
kinda
watch one of his
funny.
interviews where he was talking about how his wife watched him stab some guy, and it's just like, poor lady.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you even like talking about that traumatic situation
Yeah,
she
but
went through?
they were saying that a CNA and a drug dealer don't
I've
mix
seen
together.
that.
But guess what? In this
Wait, say that
time,
again. What's a CNA?
like a nurse.
Certified nurse
Oh.
assistant.
So
So
they
those
said-
are the people that
I
help.
didn't know.
Because you know, like how all the girls that are nurses, they all have drug dealer boyfriends. So they're like, oh, a drug dealer and a CNA. They're like, oh, we told you a drug dealer and a CNA we're not gonna get together, like make a good match. But now, like since there's coronavirus, those are the only people making money. So they they said it wouldn't be a
Yeah.
power couple.
You gave me a dead lighter?
We lit that whole thing.
You probably just killed it.
Yeah, you killed it with your Gemini powers.
I guess it
So
depends
You're
what-
supposed to laugh.
Huh?
You're supposed to laugh.
Oh yeah, I kind of dozed off.
Gemini.
You just been mean mugging her this whole time.
Nah, I've been nice to you this time,
Mean
right?
bug me. I'm immune to it. I'm
It's
just
'cause you're
immune
not
to it
looking at
this
his
point,
eyes.
Yeah, yeah. I had this thing on.
You can only see my eyes.
Mm.
You guys read any good books lately?
Yeah.
Any good recommendations? Because
You know-
shit's gonna be a long time. We can't do shit.
So I have to read.
I mean, I like to read. I don't know about you guys. I like to read.
What do you like to read?
I like a lot of things. I like poetry books. I like mystery, and I like books about drug addiction a lot.
Or
Right now, I'm reading some.
You
book
like
called-
the series from I forget the
Unfortunate
author.
events.
I love
But she has
Gossip
like
Girl.
the book called Glass, and then she has Crack.
Ellen
and then,
Hopkins. I
Ellen
love
Hopkins.
Ellen Hopkins is a genius.
Are those like the drug addiction books you like?
Yeah, those
like
are some of
Broken
them.
Home,
But
shit
there's a
like
good
that.
one from
I know what you're talking
Oprah's
about.
Reading Club.
You know those books?
Yeah, I listened to an interview with her.
Oh yeah,
Ellen
Yeah,
Hopkins.
she said take it one day at a time.
yeah. I got that shit tatted, but not in word
Oh.
form.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have the number 1, and then I have a cloud with a sun, and then I have the @ symbol, and then I have a clock.
Is that
One
that
Ellen
day at a
Hopkins?
time. No, it's not. It's
It's-
just that's
it's
funny
a-
you say that though.
it's
What
a
coincidence.
AAA,
What was your first
What's
tattoo?
AAA?
the Alcohol Anonymous asshole.
Alcohol Anonymous. No,
I'm just kidding. I think it was AA, right?
alcoholic asshole.
It was AA. That's what it is. AA.
Hey, yeah,
Like an AA meeting.
yeah. You said it.
What was your first tattoo?
Me?
Both of you.
Oh yeah, you're right. My first tattoo.
Wait,
was,
we have a lot of first tattoos because we have the first tattoo that he ever did on himself, the first tattoo I ever did
No,
on
like
him,
the first
his
tattoo
first
that's
tattoo.
ever touched your skin.
that I ever got. The statue in Scarface's fountain with the ladies holding up the world
Where's that?
in Scarface.
No, where's it on your body?
Oh, it's on my left arm on the inside, and then
Oh.
it says instead of the world is yours, it says the world is mine. And that was my first tattoo ever.
I never got to finish Scarface.
Nah, what?
It's a long movie.
It's long. It made me scared.
Why? That movie fucked my life up
It
when I
fuck-
first watched it.
Why?
As a little kid. Cause I was just so fascinated by it.
No, it made me scared of being in houses. Because
Why?
I was super high when I was watching it, and I was just like, "Wow, houses are just like cave." Because that's when I started realizing the
They're
world.
cages for us.
No, they're caves. Like
Okay.
Oh.
I started realizing that the
Um,
world is just like a dangerous place.
It's funny you say
It's
that
just
because like on floor plans they actually use the term den
Yeah.
for like little like
no, of
living
course.
rooms and shit.
Yeah, but it's crazy because because it was in Miami and it was like in the 80s and it was just like kind of like that. Because I remember I told you that every 80s movie scared me.
Cocaine Cowboys. Is that
Yeah.
the year of the Cocaine Cowboys?
I don't know,
80s?
but
I think so.
but
yeah.
like it was just like something that terrified me about like it was like some weird feeling of nostalgia, and just like watching like Miami in that era and like the kind of the color of it, it just kind of like made me feel scared of like my existence.
Like that infamous shootout that was in Dayland.
No, because I went to
Oh, yes.
That was crazy.
because
that was during the Cocaine Cowboys.
Because you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
When I went to the beach with Marissa, we were in Hollywood Beach, right? And it's crazy because I saw that same beach from Scarface when I watched it.
Hollywood Beach.
Yeah,
What beach was that?
in Hollywood.
It's called Hollywood Beach. What scene are you talking about in Scarface? When he was on the phone, and on
No, the whole time in the whole Miami, bro. All that looked like Scarface. And I was like, damn, I feel like I'm in this
Oh.
movie, and I felt this nostalgia. It was like this.
Felt the
you want to
vibe.
feel like you're on Scarface, go on Ocean Drive, dude. That's literally like the most monumental scene
Really?
right on
How
Ocean.
long is the movie? Like 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours.
No, it's not that long.
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
3 hours?
It took me a long time to watch it.
No, it's not.
Have you
Yes,
guys
it
seen
is.
Jackie Brown?
That's like Once Upon a
No, what
Time
is
in
Jackie
America.
Brown with
status.
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, I've
Jackie
seen it.
Brown, yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
You tell me.
I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan.
He says the N word a lot.
True.
Yeah.
He writes himself into the movies to say the N word and then bounces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Really?
He is.
He
I
is,
love
man.
Tarantino movies. Yes.
I like
He's
Django. Django is my favorite one.
Django is fucking lit. Honestly, all his films, I can't name a bad one.
Pulp Fiction.
That's definitely not a bad one.
I'm just kidding. I just didn't get
It's
it.
like a classic.
Because I need to watch it again
Watch it again. When was the last time you watched it? How many
First.
times have you watched it?
once. This is the
Have you
first
ever
time.
watched Inception? You guys ever watch that?
Nah.
Inception
I'm not a
movie?
big fan, but yeah, I've seen it.
How about
Yeah, he told me it
Shutter
wasn't that
Island?
good. I haven't seen it.
Shutter Island, I've seen it. I can't
watched
tell you
it so
much
many
about it.
times, and I couldn't tell you. Like, that's one movie that I'll rewatch, and I'm still trying to
Mind
figure it out.
fucks you. Like
Might have to
Memento.
watch it on different drugs.
Memento really mind fucks you.
Memento? I don't know
Mm.
if I've seen
Have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Yeah.
The Revenge of the Slime?
No.
No, the Ooze. Return of the Ooze.
Watch that shit on acid, and that was just
You watched
real.
it?
Oh,
Just real
speaking of that,
confusing.
I watched these Disney short films on Netflix, and they were really heartbreaking.
Which
You guys
one?
should watch them.
The Paper
They're
Man?
like, no, oh yeah, the Paperman, and
I
then
love that
there's the
one.
one with the little girl that she was selling candles, and then she ends up dying and being with her like grandma.
Like
You see
the Walt Disney, like
the
Yeah,
the
they
short
were
films.
the little short films he
Films.
did where it wasn't like cartoonish and shit.
They were cartoons, but they're just like remakes by these people. I don't know. You guys should watch them. It's like 10 or 15
Walt
minutes.
Disney and Salvador Dali collaborated on like little shorts.
That might
Really?
be what it was.
Yeah, it was real.
I want to
It's crazy.
collaborate with
Good.
people. I want to do
Yeah.
things that
So good.
That's
I
a
didn't-
dope. That's like probably the dopest collaboration in my opinion in history.
I collab with people on interviews, but I want to do like some art shit collaborating with people,
Yeah, you
Like
should.
like making music or something.
Andy
like,
Warhol and Basquiat.
animation.
Yeah.
They did something together.
Yeah, they collaborated.
Yo, everything will be in history books,
I hope so.
like us.
There's that artist. She's locked up in Turkey.
Never know.
She made art with her period blood because they locked her up. I can't.
That Pussy Riot lady.
Yeah, Bansky did a thing
Oh,
for her.
Banksy. Yeah,
He did the thing. He painted her on the wall behind the bars.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
History.
I never understood Banksy. Everyone likes him, but I didn't get it.
He's real controversial, and he's real political at the same
You
time.
think he can be controversial in this coronavirus?
I'm sure he's coming up with a good piece
Is he
for
is
this.
he awake? By the way, like is he active?
Is he active? Yeah,
Like
he's
alive?
active. Yeah.
Like is new Banksy's popping up
There's new stuff
to
for
this
him.
day?
Is
Like
he
on
alive?
Yeah.
random streets.
Is he alive?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm sure.
Yes to both of those
How
questions.
does he go around his
Who
life
would know?
not knowing?
Like he has to have like an ambassador who speaks for him on his behalf
It
and
used
takes credit for things.
But then how do they not like?
Nah,
how does
his
he file
face
his
already came
taxes?
Did it?
Yeah, his face already came out. It's
Really?
already been out there for a while now. Yeah.
I've never seen
Okay,
it.
but is he
He's
so
out
so
here-
so
he's
so,
still doing
so nonetheless is he in the media? Like is he actually speaking for himself and doing like
No, he's still not really speaking for himself. No, but he's still producing stuff.
just letting his art
Yeah.
speak?
He's
Yo,
real
so-
cool.
Since everyone is like, because I noticed that everyone wants to like do art now. Like something compelled everyone to just like home painting. Like I saw
Yeah,
a
man, I
girl.
don't know what that's about.
Like I even
It's
was,
relaxing.
I
Everyone's
even
an
painted.
artist.
It's therapeutic, is what it is. I think.
But I've
That's
seen
what-
so many people do it though. I was like, I've been sending so many fire emojis to everyone.
Yeah, no, it's real
That's
therapeutic.
dope. That's good.
Yeah.
Have you guys painted anything? You wanted to paint, remember?
When?
You told me, yo, let's be painters, bro.
Well, let's start painting.
You guys
Yeah,
should do it.
Because I've been
No,
on the painting shit.
You painted?
Yeah, dude.
What
He's more artsy than you think.
No, like recently.
I literally no, I haven't. That's probably
That's
the
what I'm
conversation
saying.
you're thinking of. Let's start painting.
That's what we had. I thought you were
Yeah.
because you were supposed to like, be like, oh, yo, look, can I come over paint? Like, can we like go paint?
Yeah, I did want to get back into it for a little bit.
When's the last time you painted something?
I painted a wall today.
A long time.
And what?
I've like sketched and colored with pencils and markers and pastels. And
Why'd you start painting? Why'd you stop painting?
why did I start?
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was young, I was just compelled to.
I painted-
Nikki Blush inspired you?
Well, yeah, some of that too. She didn't really inspire me, but she contributed to like it sticking with me.
Really?
Me sticking with it. The fact that my sister was an artist.
I painted what's her birthday? What sign is she?
March 26th. She's in Aries.
Oh,
Shout out Nikki Blush. She is amazing.
oh really?
Yeah.
No, like I painted 1,000 Pokemon.
1,000 Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah. How much time did that take you?
2 years.
2 years. Wow. Did you ever like submit them to like?
No, they're in my room, like next to my bed.
You probably should submit that.
You should see them stacked up because
Oh,
like on
don't
these
submit
little
it, they may steal
canvases.
it.
Yeah, they're like really thin. I sold a couple of them.
Did you repaint them? No, just one of one.
Yeah. But it's because I focus on so many things. That's like my hustle could be good in one
Yeah.
area if I focus.
Same here. Like I don't really stick with something like exclusively.
You want to try new things.
Yeah, I just love like on to the next.
Just love the game.
Yeah,
Nigga like me, we just love the game.
yeah.
Love the hustle.
But I don't just drop things like unfinished. Like I get like a pretty decent sense of like mastering something, even though I know that I haven't completely mastered it. But like I do get like I won't drop it until I feel like, wow, yeah, I conquered this. You get me? What's next?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
But like, what about like the amount of time that it takes to master something? Like, do you still go back? Do you still go back to them?
Yeah. And
Like,
they
yeah.
just become like hobbies, but not like consistent ones. But they just become hobbies. Like, oh, this is something that I know how to do and I like doing it.
So when you
But I just don't.
when you pick them back up, do you ever feel like you just want to like do you feel like you regress, like you forgot a lot of stuff, or do you feel like
Yeah.
oh actually I'm better
Like
now.
with
I'm better
making beats, definitely.
Not because I feel like whenever I like don't do something for a while, like if I stop playing piano for like 6 months, I'll go back to it and just play better than when I was before I was in the 6 months. Like for some reason, it's like
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of like stepping away from the canvas?
Yeah, like writer's block.
Yeah.
I've experienced that too.
No, it's like more of a
definitely.
motivation block because it's like when it comes to like stepping away from the canvas, like
Yeah.
you're drawing and then you put it down, you step back, and then you look at the whole thing in perspective, like the whole big picture. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
and you come back, and then now you understand more and you're better. So I feel like
So-
that happens to me.
So playing piano and making beats, are these things that both of you are gonna like revisit now in the future and like work on, or is that
Honestly,
something that like you feel like you just kind of like conquered?
We just got to see someone doing things that we want to do while they're doing it, like being with a bunch of girls and having a lot of money. That makes you like that makes you want to do it. Like, does it not? like when you see a nigga like holding a bunch of dogs on the fucking yacht and like a bunch of beautiful girls behind him and just like having like a nice
That is
time.
real
Yeah.
motivational,
Yeah.
I guess.
That makes you
They
want to
look
do
real
it.
carefree,
Yeah, like
not
if
worrying
more-
about a
If,
thing.
if
Yeah.
more lawyers and doctors and like civil engineers did that, more people want to be lawyers and doctors and civil engineers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish, but there's things that I don't see myself doing that. Like, because
Like-
with the beats, I used to be like on some Kanye shit. Like, I would just stay
Like
cooped
boom
up.
bap.
Yeah, sampling, chopping up samples, you get me? Like, back to back, nonstop. Like, isolate myself and, be in a dark ass room by myself making beats. I know for a fact I'll never get back to it like that.
You don't
But-
know that. You may
Yeah, you're right.
you
You're
might
right.
you might
Why?
hear something so
I don't know.
You're
inspirational.
quarantined, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
like
right, I
why?
don't
There's
know.
always time to grow and work.
can
on
You're right. Who
something.
knows? You never know what the
Yeah.
future holds.
Look,
but
every
You could be
rapper,
Kanye.
every rapper is killing in their crib, right? They're making music in their crib. They're like, they still need to buy a beat because if they're gonna make, they're like, every rapper's like, oh, I'm gonna use this time to work on my album. They need beats. It's your time
Yeah.
to sell beats.
there's a big
Yeah.
demand. I feel you on that.
Remember we were talking about like there was that big ass song and all it had was just like 808s and claps and snares and hi-hats and that's it.
Yeah,
Bro, if that can be a
The
hit,
hi-hat thing is annoying.
I
Like,
get
feel
you,
like
but you know what it is?
I like
Like,
them. It's overused.
they're necessary.
I need more than just money to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. You get me? Because I don't really do things for the money.
But when you
Honestly,
start, because the thing is, have you ever made money selling beats? Have you ever sold a beat?
not really. No,
When
But-
you sell a
I
beat,
would just give them away.
when you make money off of something that you did for fun, it's a good feeling. 'Cause I've
Exactly. I know. I've experienced that in
Yeah.
many different ways.
Yeah.
But it's like,
literally every single medium I try to do as a hobby, I've been able to sell it to somebody. Like even if it was just like one or like two things, that feeling of like I made this because I wanted to. I didn't have to clock in to make
yeah.
it.
So what I'm saying is that the reason, like, money won't be a reason for me to get back to the way I was with the making beats. I'm gonna need more than that. And honestly, I don't see that. I don't have that. I don't have that reason. And yeah, the money is a reason, but that's not what's gonna make me fucking do that.
So
I'm
you
not
don't.
gonna-
So you don't love making beats.
I do.
That is not enough.
But
of a
to go
reason
back,
to
what I'm
go on.
saying, the point is the key thing is like to the way I was with it.
like so dedicated to it before. Like
yeah,
you
like
kinda
literally
lost that
isolate
passion.
myself for like,
Yeah.
you get me days in the dark by myself in the room, making beats nonstop, sampling, cutting up songs nonstop. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could say, oh, I'll get back into it for money. You get me? It's good money in there, but that's not going to work with me. And I don't have a reason for me to really do that. But I would love to, yeah. You get me?
Yeah.
I would love
I
to.
think you got a good ear for music. I think don't let the passion go. You gotta just
No,
light
I
that
don't.
flame
I don't,
again,
yeah.
and I think you'll. Be
I still write here and there or whatever. I still think of little melodies in my head, and then I would like hum them to my phone and record it.
Do you do anything creative?
I don't know. What is creative?
Like art?
I
You do art
guess.
stuff?
Yeah, I art stuff with my niece. I art stuff.
Your knees?
Arts and crafts.
I arts and crafts with my niece. I like to alter my own clothes. I kind of like to fix my own
Little
clothes.
stylist.
Yeah, I like to like.
You're into fashion?
I like that. I'm into
Yeah.
that too as well.
Yeah, I love. How do you guys feel about all these brands and stuff like that? Like, if you guys were paid, like, what brands do you guys think that like
We were there.
any brands that stand out to you that, yeah. Any brands you guys just like in general? Just any
Gucci.
brands?
I love
Louis Vuitton.
I'm gonna say like the moguls, not like the fucking like street urban shit that like is fairly young in that game.
Honestly, it depends on like it. Like,
I
'Cause
fuck
what
with
do-
Tommy Hilfiger,
what-
like their
what-
collections.
what are you
I
talking
like
about?
Tommy
Like,
Hilfiger.
like, are we trying to support brands, or like, are we just like supporting the kind of clothes that we like to wear?
Just like,
Because
yeah.
it's more about like your outfit and how you put it together than it is about like the brand that you're wearing.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that every brand also has,
Has like
a
their own
certain,
like identity.
yeah, like they have
Yeah.
a vibe to them. You know,
Yeah.
like they have a signature feel to them. Like, Louis
Like,
Vuitton's real
yeah.
classic, real like
I
real
love Tommy
modern.
Hilfiger and like the color schemes they use, and
They're real minimal.
then-
Like Tommy Hilfiger
yeah,
is real minimal.
but
They're
I love
real
it because they
classic.
do incorporate colors like in their sportswear, even like in
It's
their casual shit.
but
Like
it's so hard to know about clothes because the thing is like all the brands that are like cool, are, like all the brands that my mom would make me wear when I was a kid, and they were not cool. Like Tommy Hilfiger wasn't cool for
no, they're
me.
cool.
Now they're
Right.
cool.
Tommy Hilfiger's a classic. How
But
about
it's-
like
I'd wear
polo? How
anything
about
as a
like
kid.
polo?
Yeah, but like
Even
who
now.
who wears polo anymore?
You don't wear like polo.
I
like-
wear polo.
Bro,
Well, I wear a lot of
okay.
hats, so I have a lot of polo hats.
Yeah, I mean,
And I
like
like their simple T-shirts
'Cause
with
I
a little
just-
horseman on it.
I just
the-
follow
the
like
polo.
rappers and like what rappers wear. Like, I see who
See,
wear.
but I never understood that. Like, why do we
The
follow
hype.
what the rappers and what these high-paid people wear if we don't make the same thing as them?
Yeah,
Like, I
I
can't
feel
go
you.
around dressing
'Cause
like
it looks
Kylie Jenner
good.
because I don't have Kylie
It's
Jenner money.
motivation. It's to make you work harder so that you can save up to buy $500 jeans.
I feel you, but for that, I rather just
never.
just rock my my
Forever 21.
Forever 21. Yeah, I like Forever 21.
Cotton On. Where I got this.
I like going to Macy's. I really like Macy's. I don't know.
Macy's?
I just like going to Macy's.
That's kind of like an outlet for different.
Stuff. I like Nike. I like Nike everything. I like Target. Like Target has
Like the Target
essentials.
made clothes,
yeah.
Yo,
like their tees.
And
I like
When we talk about
tees
Target-
from
completely
places
honest
like
with
that.
you, I thrift more than anything else. Like 80% of my shit is just thrifted.
I want to go
I
actually because I used to go like
You can't
religiously,
go.
like
No,
in
you
ninth grade.
I'll
You,
take
you
you
can't
guys
take this guy
thrifting.
shopping no more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Why do you
I
spend
have a
so much
problem.
money?
I don't know, man. I
You
really
like
don't
Kid
know.
Cudi?
You
guys
know
remember
what,
when
like-
Kid Cudi blew all his money on clothes and coke?
Did he?
Yeah.
Now he does TED
Fucked
Talks.
up his vitamin. He fucked up his vitamin water contract.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, he was dating Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just get out of hand
Uh,
when I'm in a shopping mall or something like that.
I wish I could be like that. I'm so indecisive when it comes to buying clothes. Because the thing is, like, I had
Amanda
friends that
Bynes
used to,
needs go hand.
like, Gio and Justin, primarily, not like everyone. They were like, oh, you have to wear this. You have to wear that. This has to be worn. Like, like, you have to wear this brand. Oh, they'll make fun of you for, like, not wearing, like, they wear Keds instead of Vans or, like, Abercrombie instead of Levi's.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
girls in school, like, if you didn't wear, like, a Hollister, like, an Aeropostale tee, it was kind of like,
You're a dumb bitch.
yeah, and I would be there with, like,
Fight
my
you.
Target, like,
We're so primal. We're animals.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In the younger years, definitely, because we're still not like as
understanding.
civilized. You get me?
But guys still,
Civilized.
but it's got like we're less civilized, but guys still have less game.
Yeah.
You feel like the animal in like the more animal you are, the better your
Guys
game
were
is.
ruthless in like the
I
early
guess maybe in a
pubescence.
way.
Yeah, because you don't know better, and you can fuck up your life,
Yeah, guys
your
going
whole
through
reputation.
puberty, you guys are terrible. Oh my god, you guys are just so rude, like
Why?
nasty pigs.
I can't really recall like a major change with me. So honestly, I can't even really tell you when I went through puberty exactly.
Mine was always, "Hey, how are you?"
You don't
How's your day
remember?
going?
Wait, you guys don't remember when you went through puberty?
No.
Like
Yeah.
really?
I would always go through
What?
growing pains.
I guess it was like real
Okay.
slight for me.
So
like just real
when
like
at what age?
He's
Ever
like,
so
"Oh, I had a
slightly.
deep voice since I
This
was
is
in the
crazy to
womb."
me.
No, I'm not even talking about that.
This is
Like
crazy.
That's puberty. What's crazy?
Wait, so
okay,
guys,
well I've always
'cause,
had like a lower toned voice.
Even as a kid,
Yeah.
you never talk like that.
Me and my brother.
your voice has
You're-
always been deep.
Your brother,
Yeah, just real low.
your brother is not a deep. Your brother's
real
voice is a
low.
lot
Real
deeper than
And
yours.
basic.
real monotone.
Your brother's
Yeah.
voice is not as deep as yours.
Yeah, no.
Not as deep.
Nah.
No,
Your brother sounds like
yeah.
you, but
He talks
has-
like this,
yeah.
bro. He talks like he
Yeah,
kind
your
of talks like
brother
me.
doesn't have a deep
I
voice.
guess, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do that? I was like, ugh, but it takes like so much energy
I
for me
think
to do
he should
it.
be a phone sex operator.
Ooh,
Him.
Lisa.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
think so?
that's
right?
that's what all my
Yeah.
that's what all my girlfriends say to you. To me, they're like, "Oh, your friend Felix's voice is so sexy."
It's a phone, and he
Fuck
doesn't.
them.
That's profitable. You don't find that.
We need
often.
Breezy here to be like,
I would get that.
Nick, don't be
More-
afraid to be
Moral of the story
around your
is-
girl around your homo.
Yeah.
We're easily offended. Go watch
Shout
it
out
now on all
Breezy.
platforms. What are you saying about stuff?
What were we saying about stuff? Mm.
You guys have a lot of chemistry. You should go on this. Yo, so you be watching the clips I put, right? You think they're funny?
I
Like, Are they
do.
good?
I wanted to understand how you put them together, but I guess that's a conversation probably for like
You just
outside.
cut it out.
Cut
You
it
just
out.
Oh, you
cut it
didn't-
out.
oh, you
get
didn't
me?
like
You
what I
could do it on
post?
your iPhone.
No, I was
go
just
on, go
understanding
edit
the
a video.
order you put them in.
Why?
Like how you decided that. Like you picked it by topic. You picked it by
Oh, I think it was by time.
by time. Oh, okay, because they're each limited to a minute per slide, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not that. I don't know. Why? What do you think?
No, I liked
What
it.
do you think? I
I
want to know
liked
what
it.
you.
I didn't like. I had no idea that there was any structure to our conversation. I could not recall what our conversation was about. And then when you put it like that, I was like, oh, there was some structure here.
It's not even in order.
No, yeah, I know. That's why you created structure in it. That's why. I
By
was
making it a
impressed.
minute long.
Yeah, by making them a
Okay.
minute long and summarizing.
No, it's just I
a
know where to
2-hour
cut. I know
podcast.
how to cut it from interesting.
Yeah.
So
It just picks it up.
what I go for is like the 3-act structure. That's like I was telling you about the coronavirus earlier.
Yeah.
Like I think 3 hours ago.
Do you watch other people's podcasts and structure
Yeah.
similar? Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's not that I consciously structure. I just understand. Okay, this is it. Like, this is how they do it. This is what they get from how they do it. This is the results they get. And I compare it to all the other podcasts, right?
Oh, okay.
Like I watch Joe Rogan, No Jumper, Breakfast Club.
No jumper.
The jumper.
I emulate. I understand. I analyze. Okay, what are they doing? Okay, this is how they're doing it. Mix it together.
You know what's crazy is you kept this fit on the whole time. Like I thought it was gonna last like the
Yeah.
first 10 minutes, and
Like a little
lasted-
bit.
Yeah,
A little skit.
I feel way too comfortable in this.
yeah, you
Second
are.
time.
Like
Cozy
so-
boy on
I-
100.
You know what's funny? I don't know. I don't know if it would sound gay if I say this. I don't know.
if you
just-
have to question if it's gonna sound gay, then it's probably gay.
Just fucking say it. I feel like you think too much sometimes.
No, I just feel like a bear is like hugging me, and it's like it has its head over my head, right? And it's like his mouth is in my ears, and it's like your voice. So it's like
It's disturbing.
that's why I
You're,
didn't
like,
want to say
running
it.
on his shoulder.
It's weird,
What's
but
your
it's so comfortable.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Bro, Zootopia.
I thought you were gonna say Frozen.
I
Zootopia.
haven't seen it.
Oh,
I love Zootopia.
I love Sword in the Stone.
You're a nerd. You
It's like my
old-
all-time.
You always like obscure things.
I was at Obscure. That's a classic.
No, because
Everybody
like,
knows that.
you like
shit.
things that people will forget about. That's cool. I like that. That's
I feel
fun.
like that's still relevant
Cool.
though.
you know what? I was watching Sleepy Hollow
Because
today.
I haven't remembered that movie in so long.
Honestly, every Disney movie is easy to forget. It depends which one you gravitated more that you probably won't.
You know
The
what?
ones that
feel like-
scared me are the ones that I gravitated more
You know
towards.
what's crazy is Disney
What
movies.
what Disney movie scared you?
The Disney movie scared you?
Sleeping scared you?
Why?
That movie was
Are you
terrifying.
talking about
Because
Beauty and the
Maleficent?
Beast?
Because of Maleficent?
Yeah, and
She's
the
dope.
dragon, and she. Because the thing is, I went. Oh damn, I feel it. I feel it.
You feel the fear?
Yeah, I
Feel
feel the
it?
fear. I feel like I'm in Disney again, and I'm going on the ride, and then it's like, oh, that's it, and I was like, no, and I was like 4 years old or something, and I was like so terrified of
It's
that.
crazy because Disney movies are so universal. Like, no matter what part of the world you go to, like, they know those same tales that
Yeah.
you know all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, but those are not their original tales. Those are just adaptations. Like, you can use
Yeah.
the Snow White, right? And you can use all the 7 doors, and you can use that. That's all in public domain. But if you call those 7 doors happy, sad, grumpy, whatever, all their names,
Mhm.
that's copyright infringement. So even though the story of Snow White is free to use for anyone, if you call those doors those names of the emotions
Yeah.
that are universal that
Mhm.
no one owns, you're subject to copyright.
Copyright.
Yeah, even though
crazy.
those are just names of like
Yeah.
emotions. How you gonna copyright emotion?
Because it's just a universal thing. I remember one time in psychology in high school, we had to write the, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the diagnosis behind each Disney princess, like what their mental problem is. Like, like Sleeping Beauty had narcolepsy, and Cinderella, she was like,
No, there was a curse on her.
yeah, there was something else. Alice in Wonderland, she was like hooked to like psychedelics. She had an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see like when they put about like Tommy and Angelica and like Rocket Power, like all those like Freddy Odd Parents, like they put all the conspiracy theories of like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Angelica, like imagine the babies, like they didn't
There's
Or
actually
like
certain-
Ed and Eddie was like teenager heaven. Like they were all
really? I've
dead.
never seen that one.
There's like a certain
What
name
is that?
for it.
I don't know.
For all those tales where it's like they break down the personality behind those characters.
Just theories.
Yeah, there's just crazy
none of that
theories.
shit's
and
really
it's
solid.
deep.
Yeah. Just playing like with the psychology behind the shit.
Yeah. So you guys drink wine. So we drink wine tonight.
Kind of
So
want
the
some
you
more.
guys-
Just for the record,
Yeah, me too.
I prefer Stella. I love Stella as
Stella?
wine. Yeah,
Stella wine.
Stella.
That's a wine.
Yeah,
Stella
What kind of wine
Artois.
is that?
Stella Artois. How do you say it?
I like Stella Artois.
Stella
No,
Stella
that's
Artois.
that's a beer. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I like to say it like that, but you don't, I guess.
No, Stella is like a rose.
No, I know it's a
Stella
star.
Rose.
Stella is a star.
What?
I don't know what. What are you saying?
Stella Rose. I like the one. Stutter Home.
Oh,
I like
Stutter
Stutter
Home.
Home,
Oh,
yeah.
that's like real. Like
Isn't it Shutter Home?
Stutter Home.
Home.
Stutter Home.
I think it's. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's real.
I think
It's
it's
real
Shutter.
headache wine though. You
Really?
like that? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's like real
headache.
I like.
fucking.
It's like real bottom shelf.
What does
just
that mean?
quickly fucking.
So, you know, You go to the liquor store. If there's top shelf, there's middle, and there's bottom. You know, that's how you like pick your grade.
Yeah.
The best liquor is always at the top. Did you know that?
That's like
That would've been the
economy
middle.
version.
No. Are you a drinker? No.
I like to drink Stutter Home.
I like to drink Stutter.
Stella.
We gotta step your game up.
Nah, cause you like wines that taste like that. That's like real bitter.
No, this is just like some cheap wine. I've actually never had.
That's a cabaret.
Cabernet.
Cabernet?
Yeah, I just like red wines. Really, I like the drier wine.
I like wine because it makes you feel fancy for being an alcoholic.
Wine goes straight to a woman's vagina. If you ever want to take a woman on a date, just give her wine.
Oh,
Really,
Yeah.
that makes me feel so old. Like, hey, let me come over. I'll bring wine.
Wine,
You know,
yeah.
I feel like an old person.
That's actually like
saying
my
it.
go-to. Like when I'm gonna chill with.
you ever
someone.
ordered
Really?
wine in a restaurant or
Yeah.
bar?
Yeah.
Actually, no.
That'll make you feel old.
Wait, that's what
Really?
I do when I go to bars. Like usually,
I find myself doing that sometimes.
yeah, if I go to a bar, even like a casual bar, like.
But the
rather
first
than
time I
drink
ever did it, I was like, I can't believe I'm really ordering. And the shit was like $30, and they only filled this shit up like.
Oh.
I guess you're supposed to fill it up that way. The cup.
One time I was on a cruise, right? And because
Coronavirus.
yeah, on the top, baby. I thought that was the only one you're gonna press.
so
You're on a
you're at a
cruise.
cruise.
So I was on a cruise, right?
I've never been on a cruise.
What we gotta
Me
go?
neither.
Let's
I'm
all
not
go.
gonna
Yo,
go
let's
on
go.
a cruise.
Let's go on a friend's cruise.
No,
I
Or a
get
team,
seasick.
a team
Nope.
cruise.
no.
Tom Cruise.
Nah.
Tom Cruise.
Oh,
We should go
shit.
You get it?
parasailing.
He's an artist.
Oh no.
All right, so let me tell my story. So I was on the cruise with my ex, right? And then we went to dinner, and in dinner they see you like me and my ex, 2 people.
Cruise and dinner, or dinner on the cruise.
No,
What just happened?
where they're gonna
shit.
drop us off for
Can
dinner.
you Uber Eats more of this?
I wish.
Yo, what happened to mine?
Chile. This comes from Chile.
I don't know. I
Got
should
them
have brought
nuggets.
more wine.
I'm so I might look like a fool, but I'm so glad I wore this because I feel so nice in this.
Yeah,
Like,
you look nice.
really?
Yeah. So when you pick your fit, do you ever think about like what am I gonna wear? Or you just kind of just go with
What
what's
would,
available.
what would
thinking-
Felix wear?
No, I'm thinking, okay, what fits me right now? Because I have all these old ass clothes and I'm just like super fat now. So I'm like, what will fit me and not make me feel super fat?
You think you're fat?
I feel it in my clothes. I don't want to be like wearing like some shit that's like, oh, this is so tight on me because I gained like 15 pounds. The same thing. Sometimes I wear things that are like old and they're like, not like
I think
old,
that's
but,
just you just don't like wearing tight fitting clothes. I don't.
no,
like
sometimes
wearing
like I
tight-fitting
lose
clothes
weight.
either.
Sometimes I lose weight and then some of my pants are too big on me or a
Oh,
shirt
like
is
yeah,
too
you
big.
don't fit. Okay.
Yeah, I went from an XL. Like last year, I went from an XL to a large, and all my clothes were XL. So I like
So you
I would look baggy.
I
Sure,
think you guys are
baggy.
just guys, and you guys are both just gonna hit like another kind of like puberty that's like on your way to like
Really?
that manhood kind of
when we're
thing.
45.
Yeah, because
Yeah, and you guys, like you guys are just.
We
gonna
don't
change.
become fully
I feel like
mature adult males till 45.
Yeah.
really at those 25.
No, we don't fully like mentally
And
mature
You guys
till
just
45.
start like gaining weight,
but I
your
guess physically, yeah,
body
we're
falls
fine.
into it. So I don't think you should like stress it out or think.
Nah, because
like,
I'm trying to be fit. I'm trying to be swole. Like,
I
be
see
a
you
big guy.
exercising. I see you go to Larry and Penny a lot.
Big
I never
guy.
catch you there. I'm always there though.
He goes on
Yeah.
brisk walks.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
me too.
I just walk around. I'd say like 3 or 4 laps around the whole place.
I do it around the lake because I feel like it's safe. It's kind of sketch in that park.
You don't really.
What if a fucking
Yeah.
gator
Why?
comes out and chomps your leg?
I'll run zigzag. 'Cause, you know that's
know-
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, I had a traumatic experience. The reason I was like, remember how like last time we were talking about how scared I was of drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I went walking in the park with my dad and my brother, and then like while we were walking, it was like sunset, and like these kids got arrested, and they had like a whole shopping bag full of pills.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then
They're lucky Felix wasn't there.
Holy shit.
yeah, there was like so many pills, and I was like, and the police were there, and they were arresting them, and they were just like, you know, on the side, like by the sidewalk. And my dad's like, "Oh, look at that! They're getting arrested for drugs. You guys better not be arrested for drugs." And he was like telling me drugs are scary. All this
Drugs
stuff,
are
da, da, da.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "Don't do any drugs or anything." And I'm just like, I was super scared. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like police, drugs, and I was just like, I felt like I was traumatized. So then I always equate that to
Yeah.
Larry and Penny.
I
And was
feel
like,
like no offense, I feel like that's real bad parenting when like parents just instill fear on their kids with no real explanation or not even helping them like fully understand why it is they're telling them that thing. Like you get me, like
Yeah.
don't do that and that's just it, like, or else it's bad and I get in trouble when I'm a bad person. You get me?
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
explain more to your kids, like
Because
You know
that's
what I
the
mean? But
kids
do you
that
think-
become curious and then they lash out and do exactly
Exactly.
that.
But do you
behind
think
your
that the
back.
kids can handle it?
yeah, man, like depends how you like, you get me? Spill it out to them, like
It's all about control.
it's
you have
better than fucking traumatizing them, you get me?
Is
With
it-
feir and shit.
But I mean, fear. Like honestly, if I did drugs when I was like younger, I don't think I would have like we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah,
You get me?
fear is a big learning curve when it comes to
To,
like
yeah.
Yeah,
like
because I mean, I feel like
but-
it's good to an extent to have that corporal punishment, but like it's like
yeah,
Because if I was to smoke
no,
weed all the
we
time-
have that instinctively already. That's part of our, you get me, our instincts.
to not smoke weed.
No, like fear.
But
You get me?
also-
So we have enough of that to
Is this
make right decisions and blah
But
blah
it's just
blah.
effective to like instill
But when it
more.
comes to knowledge, why half-ass it, and not only that, sprinkle a fucking shitload of, you get me, fear on top of it. Like just dish
And
it
then-
out, it like for what it is. And
I think
then
the worst-
help, you
I
get me,
think what's
people
worse-
fully understand.
I think what's worse than fear is shame, because shame is like a lot easier to instill in someone than fear.
I think with
Yeah.
the fear comes the lies. Because when your child fears you, then they're
Yeah,
like just more like
exactly.
To lie.
prone to lie. Even when they don't have to lie, they're just gonna lie to
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
Because the
Because-
way you fucking
You've made them
taught
scared
them
to
on
be
like
that
me
on
right
that
now.
honest.
subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to lie
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah, and then that's like a thing. That's like a thing that like
Coronavirus.
If your mom really wanted to know like where you were right now, she wouldn't know where you were.
She has my location.
Oh, so So there's that.
I said I'm going to Felix.
Yeah, we live in a fucking warehouse.
Why is he at this
Behind the
warehouse so
hospital.
long?
Damn, yo, if you guys got kidnapped, would someone know where you are?
Holly,
No.
I share my location.
I want to ask that. I
with
should
you.
ask that in an interview. That was a good question.
Yeah.
I share my location with 2 people, and so.
But would they know to check? Like, oh, let me see where her location is.
Because you're the other person. Besides
when
Holly.
you do send it to me with the intent of me checking on you, I do check it. Like when you say, "Hey, I'm sending you my
like
location
if I go
just
on a
in case,"
date, if I go on a date with someone new,
I do check
I'll
it.
send my location to him and to Holly so that it's like on all the time, so they know where I am. Just like in case anything sketch happens.
Damn, I was like seeing a crazy ass movie right now. My bad. I really want Taco Bell.
A crazy ass movie in your head.
Yeah, coronavirus.
Coronavirus all up in time. What are you gonna do when all the fast food places close?
Stop. You know, I have ramen.
That's all gone in the grocery
It's
store.
crazy.
For real?
Gone.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got the
that
one.
toilet
You know
paper.
what's funny? I think it's funny because this should be a wake up call for like most companies to step up their branding and their and their marketing. Because when you see the things that are left over, I think brands should like evaluate what are they doing
Yeah,
wrong.
like-
Why are they leaving that?
Like,
Everyone's panic buying
I saw like
everybody's products.
I
but
went to the
mine.
bread stick.
Like,
I went to the bread aisle and all the bread was gone except Mr. Clayton's bagels. I'm like, why does no one? Everyone wants every bread. Like no one was desperate enough to get these.
people
fucking
go with what's
Mr.
familiar. I never heard of
Yeah.
Mr. Clayton's bagels.
That was the only thing left
Yeah.
there. It's like
Because people were like, "What the
There's-
fuck is this?"
yeah, everyone brought.
And you know what's funny? You know, like the mob mentality.
Yeah.
Like you know how people do stuff because everyone's doing it. People
Yeah.
also don't do stuff because everyone's not doing it. So
Yeah.
they're seeing that there's an abundance of this brand. So they're gonna like be like, "Oh, I trust you. Get me? I trust everybody else for not buying this. Let me not buy it as well."
Yeah, that's true. But it's just so funny because I feel bad for them. Like, wow, they got rejected by everyone. Like, no one was like like imagine a bounty that's like not bounty, and it's like everyone's buying all this toilet paper, but they're like, I don't want that one.
Every type of toilet paper is gone, which is crazy. Like, I don't know what to do when my toilet paper runs out.
I saw a picture where, like in the water aisle, all the water was gone, but there was a shitload of fucking Aquafina.
Oh yeah, and the smart water,
Yeah.
the smart water. But that's because no
Aquafina's-
one wants to pay. No one wants to pay $5 for a gallon of like smart water.
Is
Or a
Aquafina
liter of smart
like
water.
more expensive than the others?
No, I love Aquafina though.
So what's
I
the
would-
reason
I'd
why?
rather
Why was there
drink-
hella Aquafina?
Is because it's OG.
I'd rather drink Aquafina than Dasani water. You know, different water has
You know-
different tastes.
You know, Dasani has
Yeah,
salt
and
in it.
alkaline
so that
levels
You can
and-
get thirsty, so you buy another one
It's all about the alkaline,
or the pH.
especially when you're considering
How you
like
guys feel
what to
about
eat and what's
Fiji
good
water?
for you.
I love
Fiji.
Fiji water.
Fiji, I love
it
Fiji
just
water.
tastes so clean,
I
right?
like
Like, it has
it.
a
Not
different
really.
taste. I think it does.
I think the
though.
best water is BJ's water at Berkeley and Jensen.
That's this
Cheers.
one.
I
I've
love
had
that.
that.
Yeah, that shit's
Yeah.
that is the clearest water I've ever had.
Yeah, yeah, you're
It tastes-
pretty
it-
right. It's pretty
Clear.
good.
It feels right
Cheers.
going down. It feels right.
No, it does, and I kill a lot of these bottles for some reason.
Yo,
when
for
it's
real.
the
In my
Fuji's
house,
ones.
Those remember he said, yo, you gotta recycle your water bottles, dude.
And you got a big ass bin filled of
Yeah,
empty
my bin
water
was
bottles.
because I was cleaning before you guys got there. But I had so many water bottles.
Yeah, but I'm like
everywhere.
that too. Except there's like a mountain on the floor. of Water
There's
bottles.
something that your mom always brought as a kid that she like stockpiled on, like for both of you. That like there was just a lot of it in the house. Like whether it was like for my mom, it was always Capri
Boogers.
Sun.
Oh, like a
Well,
beverage.
Yeah, like or just anything. Like she always bought a lot of
You said
Capri Sun
Malta?
and fruit roll up.
You said
When I was
Malta?
growing up, my mom bought a lot of that Hawaiian punch. Those big ass fucking bottles.
My mom always budgeted.
Oh, you remember
Correctly.
quarter juices?
Yeah,
Oh,
And a pickle egg.
Quarter juices are my
and a
favorite.
hot sausage.
I like the orange ones. The orange one and the
And
grape ones.
let me get a free gum. Can I get a free gum?
I like the red
It
ones.
was free gum on Tuesdays.
Each of
Yeah.
them
They
had
give
a
the
different amount of
bubblicious.
salt in them.
Which
Yeah.
one?
I feel like that was
In which one?
in the quarter,
Quarter
juices.
juices.
They had salt.
I feel like that was a secret
Some
ingredient.
were more like rough going down. I
Yeah,
feel
like
you.
they all had a different like they all tasted so similar, like sugar water, but like they all hit so different.
I've never had one. I thought it was super ghetto. I was like, oh, let me not get that. It's also all the ghetto.
My
kids
mom
got.
used to buy that by like the fucking
Yeah, my mom took
pallets.
from
Really?
from BJ's, right? The
Yeah,
whole
like,
fucking 52
Now we'll go
pack.
to like this fucking
Jetro,
No, it's like I don't even know what you would call
like
it.
a wholesale.
You guys know the Discount Bakery?
Yeah.
She'll go
Yeah.
there.
Oh, on a 180.
But
In the
all right, so
mic.
like it was another one. No, yeah,
In
the
the mic.
old one though, because it's different now, right? There's
Yeah.
an older one, the
I know what you're
Discount
talking
Bakery.
In the mic.
It looked old and run
Oh.
down, and she'll go there and get these big ass boxes of quarter
Love juice.
juices.
I don't know. We always had like we would just go grocery shopping, buy groceries. I never remember like everything. Like we still use the same stuff we bought like 10 years ago.
Your mom bought hot sausages.
Is she like an
No.
extreme couponer?
Your mom bought hot
Not
sausages.
like not extreme. but
She'll buy buckets of it. Yeah,
my mom.
only when we'll ask for it. When I would ask, really, me and my sister and shit.
My mom used to cook a lot. Depended when.
Your mom cooks what traditional like
No, you know what we would always get? We get like the Tyson chicken nuggets and shit like that, and the chicken nuggets.
oh the
Chicken
Chicken
tenders.
tenders.
Like those little
Okay.
dinosaur chicken tenders and dinosaur chicken nuggets.
You really like chicken tenders,
Dino
huh?
nugs.
Yeah.
You like chicken tenders.
Damn,
only when they're in, like, the little
chicken
plastic
nugget
thing.
eating ass nigga.
I think it was like Tyson. I think-
Tyson.
yeah.
Tyson, yeah, that's the brand.
That
I'll
should be
buy
your middle
that.
name, Nick Tyson.
Nick
I'll buy that
Tyson
too.
Fury.
That might be your real name, Tyson.
Nick
You
Tyson
look like
Fury.
a Tyson.
You think so?
If you told me your name
'Cause,
was
like,
Tyson, I would believe it.
Nick Fury is from the Avengers, and Tyson Fury is like a MMA.
Yeah.
He's a fighter.
Fuck nigga, I don't care.
Oh, when did you put that one? You didn't use it all the time.
Holy shit.
You really don't care about fight. Why do you hate UFC?
No, I used to do MMA.
For real?
A lot of people don't know that. And you know what's funny? I
didn't
just
know that.
like I like when people talk about it, like, and I know then they like they're experts and shit, and I
don't know
just
shit.
keep quiet, and I'm just like, it's so funny.
When
like
did you practice?
this person has no
when did
idea.
you
Like
practice MMA you speak of?
I want to
but
start.
in high school,
You should
like
teach me.
9th gradish, 10th gradish.
And what made you stop?
Like everything else, it just stopped.
Bad
And
news.
also at that point, my mom was paying for it, and she couldn't anymore.
You should teach me what they taught you, because teaching makes you learn it better.
I could.
Do you feel like it was like something that you learned something from? Like it was effective?
Yeah, definitely. I don't half-ass shit. You get me? So I'm gonna learn what I can, the best. You get me? The quickest rate I can, the best ability I can.
Did you do karate like before?
No,
that?
fuck no, never. I never done
I've done
any extracurricular
I used to do
activities.
karate. Do I sound better without the mask? Or is it?
Fuck nigga, I don't care.
Well, like, yeah. So my mom never really put me in anything in sports, like nothing like that.
No, so
You never did sports?
Never.
I did all.
I
the
would always
sports,
play. Like I'm good as fuck. Like at anything.
except basketball.
All right, that's funny. but yeah,
I played tennis
especially basketball.
Yes.
You're right.
there was like a phase where you played basketball all the time.
with me and him.
Yeah.
We used to go all the time to the
Yeah.
No, that was not even the phase you're talking about.
Really?
When I was playing ball with you, like I stopped. That was when I wasn't even playing ball
What made you want to start playing ball with me?
with you because you would ask because you wanted to start. So I was like, yeah, I'll go play ball with
Wanted to be
you.
brothers with
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And it was like, fuck it. At that point, I stopped. I hadn't played in so long. I was like, yeah, I don't mind playing ball again. Like I love it.
For the love of the game.
But yeah, me and my brother were always good at every fucking sport.
Yeah, me too.
But we never actually played like organized sports.
I was actually too good at sports. That's why like I never.
Why are you lying?
I'm not lying. No, like give me a sport like football. I dominated. Golf. I
No,
killed
you
it.
did not.
Tennis. I
Golf,
killed.
lacrosse.
Yeah, lacrosse. Any sport you give me except swimming. I can't swim. I died
You can't swim?
swimming. I drowned. No.
Can you swim?
Oh yeah, I can
Look
swim.
at him. He's wearing blue.
Can I have
I'm wearing blue. I
Nah,
can swim.
I can't really swim, but
CBD?
No, it's fucking nicotine.
I love. I was always good at every sport. Plus I'm black, so I was good at.
Why are you
basketball by
fibbing
default.
right
Why am
now?
I fibbing? No,
He's gonna put this as the opening scene.
Are you gonna
on the
back
slide.
that up? You
Yeah.
gonna back that up?
Bro, how
I'm
many-
gonna challenge you
how
at
much
every
surgery
sport.
have you had to have on your ankles because of me?
Not
How
because of
many
you.
ACLs did you tear?
That has nothing to do with you, and I'll still murk you in any sport.
Nah, bro.
Let's get it.
Kids are coming out the womb smoking these.
You're talking about smoking nicotine, and you're like, how be you in every sport?
Man,
That's
I
good
was on the
nicotine right there.
court smoking cigarettes Like, and just fucking people were just astonished. Like, yo, how is this guy still going? Blah,
Do you feel
blah, and
do you
have
feel
energy.
like having energy and stamina in sports gives you stamina in sex?
Yeah, of course. Stamina is stamina.
Ooh, interesting
So,
conversation.
hell yeah.
Can we play some noises for this one? Let's get into it.
Which one?
This episode is sponsored by I Came Last.
This is 429 hours.
Oh, this is a different one. 29 hours.
No.
Yeah, this
So-
is the.
So
this is
playing
the,
sports. So playing
no,
sports.
hey,
makes
no,
you
wait,
better
wait,
in
wait, wait.
bed.
I know this. He's gonna keep pressing buttons. Stop pressing the
No,
buttons.
I'm not.
Wait.
No.
Wait. Playing sports makes you better in bed. Let's get into it.
But wait,
Is that
wait.
true?
Before, so we can actually get into it, can we make sure he does not press no buttons, please?
I'm not, bro. You have no faith, dude.
No, I don't have no.
Yo,
faith.
just for
Trust him.
that. Just for that.
Wow.
Trust him. Wait, I want to get into the topic.
Stop being a wimp. Answer her question.
Should I be going?
Stop
for-
pressing buttons.
I
be going
literally
for
haven't,
Can we
bro.
let her talk? Can we let her speak, please?
You're the one that's like
Can we let-
interrupting her
No,
because
she's
you
been
think.
trying to talk this whole
Bro,
time.
I
before
haven't played. You're the only one talking.
After hours are kicking in. Yo.
It's just like the
The quarantine is getting to
Yeah,
rage.
Quarantine's
hour.
getting to Nick.
Like, it's all good. We're all like friends. We love each other.
Hour-
Day
hour
2,
three.
we're like, oh, we're all right.
Hour 3 of quarantine.
Don't touch the buttons anymore.
Stop pressing the fucking button.
We're choking each other.
Yeah.
Day 4, we have a line in the middle of the room. And like, you don't cross, I won't cross.
Little cuts.
Right?
So you guys, are you guys avoiding the question that sports make your
I
stamina
actually want to get
better?
into it. I just don't want him pressing no buttons. while we're
Yeah, so like I
talking.
said,
But what is
stamina. What's
stamina?
stamina is stamina. If you know,
Stamina?
are you active and then you build a high
Is
stamina?
stamina
You have a high
stroking
stamina.
it for 20 minutes, or is stamina putting in your best 5 minutes? What is stamina?
What? That's blowing my
Well,
mind.
no, because
What's
that,
your,
like by
Can you
default
answer?
that doesn't
That's-
classify as stamina.
Can I hear her
5
answer for
minutes is
that?
not.
What do you think it is? I really want to
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what is stamina though.
No,
for
but
you
like,
guys.
why did you say that
Stamina,
specifically?
for me,
Because
it's
I've
what
never heard of
stamina
that.
is.
Why do you say that?
Because that's what some
Elaborate.
guys do.
Oh, so it's bad.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
just
okay.
like fucking Minutemen and shit like that. You get me?
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with
How's
stamina.
that stamina?
It's not.
It's not
She's,
stamina.
No,
It's not. Yeah. I'm talking
it's
shit.
not.
Which one, which one do you like? Which one do you prefer?
Which one do I like?
Yeah.
I don't know. It varies. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. I mean, I don't know.
Ooh.
I mean, it just depends because you
Like-
you could do the job in 5 minutes, then do the job in 20 minutes, and I'll be okay with the 5 minutes versus all that nonsense you did in 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
If
Does
you
that
get
make
the
sense?
nut, you get the nut.
Exactly. If I get to it, I get to it. If I don't get to it, I'm always get to it. That's one thing. I'm always get to it. I'm always get to it, with or without
It's
you.
funny how like so invested you are into this question because you really want to know the answer to that.
What makes
like,
what makes you
should I
get-
last 5 minutes with girls or should I last 20?
what makes you get that nut?
Yeah. Oh,
That's what I want.
yeah, you really want to know that
What
one.
is it? You know that's another thing that varies by my cycle. That depends what I want to hear. Is it that I want you to talk to me? Is it that I don't want you to talk to me? Is that I want you to touch me somewhere? It just.
But do
doesn't-
you communicate
Touch
that
me, baby.
effectively?
I am a communicator. Yeah. I'm a communicator. I'm a teacher. So and everyone's different. So
Ain't
you
no
have.
damn teacher. Just
I'm a teacher for myself. I'm a teacher for myself because only we know ourselves. So you can only tell someone what feels good to you.
not everybody.
No, you get.
What do you
You
mean
said
by
only
that?
we know ourselves.
I
A lot of
mean,
people out there that don't.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, but sometimes you figure out something and you're like, oh, I like that now.
Yeah, like you find new things about yourself.
Were you trying to
get
figure
me?
out the time though?
We have to get this good sense of who you are
The
for you
5
to
or 20
even-
minutes thing. Were
Yeah.
you trying to figure that out? I think appropriate time, like get the job done and like get it done like 7 minutes of foreplay and then do whatever you want. Make it last like 18 minutes.
For my
What about
follow
an
up
hour?
question, how do you get the job done?
How do you get the job
What
done?
about an hour?
Switch it up. Don't be boring. Don't just be about you. Don't communicate. Communicate with her. What does she want?
What was like the weirdest sex that you had?
Oh my god.
like that,
Weirdest
that you're like,
sex
oh,
I've ever
okay, this is
had.
weird.
Was some guy turn off all the fucking lights
Just stayed
In the
inside
shower.
you.
Oh my god, that one. Oh
No,
my
what?
god. I'll probably see this too because he's fucking psycho.
Oh no, don't make
Say
me
the-
come
say
after
the
me.
shower
I had
one.
nothing to do with
The
none of
shower one. This happened like when I was younger. But it was just in the dark. It was just pitch black. It was just dark.
Taking a shower in the dark is like dangerous and scary.
Yeah,
Why?
and then when you do it pitch
You
black,
could fucking slip and die.
Especially I don't know your bathroom. Like
dark,
retrospect,
yeah.
like looking back at it, I'm like, bro, like what? Like
that. But was it fun?
no, I thought it was really stupid. Like I couldn't believe I was here. I was like, yo, can we like nah, bro?
Was there at least candles or anything?
No, not a goddamn thing.
A nightlight,
Nope,
nothing.
nothing.
No fireflies?
Pitch black. No. Pitch black.
In the bathroom.
No, it was so dark.
Imagine
And
he's playing
there's not even
fireflies.
like a window in it where it's like a little bit of moonlight or
Really?
something. No, it was
Whoa.
just pitch black.
That's
And it was just
crazy.
weird. And I was like, yeah, it was weird.
Bathrooms with no windows kind
Bad
of make me
experience.
uncomfortable.
Make me real claustrophobic.
How many bathrooms have
Yeah.
windows?
Yeah.
Not
Mine
many.
does.
Most
I
most do, and I
yeah.
feel like they should.
Yeah,
Imagine having
because
to
it's-
run up.
It's real confining with a bathroom with no windows.
And if you don't, you should have a good like
Imagine,
vent.
imagine running out of the guy's windows or girl's windows. Remember when I had to run out the girl's house?
Yeah,
And I was on the phone with you. I was like, you feel it? I'm gonna run. And I'm like running out.
you were like, "What should I do?" I said, "Nigga, get the fuck
You
out
were-
of that house."
You were dodging someone's boyfriend?
He was outside the girl's house and he was stuck in there.
That's
He
a
was
wild
trapped.
one. Oh,
I
let's
wasn't-
get into that. That's
that doesn't need to
spicy.
be good. I was like, I was in this girl's house and then like her man's was coming. And I was like, I had to like dip. She like went to go talk to her. And I was like, running down the. I had him on FaceTime.
You couldn't.
So you were
find the
in
opportunity.
the house
Yeah.
and you couldn't find what the exit?
No, I had to run out because then he would have caught me.
Oh,
I was so scared.
But how close was the timing? Like, was he coming through the front door? While
No,
you
he
were-
knew it was in there for a minute. It was like, "Yo,
Let's not get
come
too
out."
into
So this
it.
gotta come out. Yeah, that's that.
Wow, that's risky. That's real. That's real adrenaline pumping.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
did you ever go back?
Yo, oh. I remember those feelings. Yo, I was like, Felix, yo, Felix.
That was so scary.
Yo, I went home and I went to my mom. I went poof because remember my mom she wasn't fucking with me.
Mommy, help me.
No, I was like Superman. I felt like I was like, yo, I was like high as fuck. I was like, yo, ooh, and I was like, what? I was like,
The
patient.
adrenaline still pumping.
Yeah, yo, it's like I feel it right now too. It's funny. It's crazy. I feel like,
Flashbacks.
yo, I love adrenaline. That's why I started piercing because like that adrenaline rush was like,
There's adrenaline junkies.
I love it.
Yeah.
When I got fired, I got adrenaline. I was like, you know, like the
Too
world,
much.
like in the movies, like the world goes like in like a perspective, and they're like, oh my goodness. You know,
Kind
Damn.
of.
What was like the craziest? Was that the craziest like adrenaline rush you've ever had?
when I go up to girls, it's crazy.
When you
'Cause
go
I'd be
to
like-
girls?
It's that because I feel that I remember a little more.
Mhm.
Since I got like
What gets your
remember-
adrenaline pumping?
I'm not even sure anymore.
you don't have adrenaline rushes.
Okay.
When I
do,
died,
but I
I-
have to chase them.
when
I'm an excitement junkie. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, when I drowned, I had adrenaline. I felt like someone was grabbing my ankles and pulling me down to Davy Jones' locker.
Arr, matey.
No, dead ass, bro. Dead ass. Like when you die in different
No
places.
cap.
No cap. When you die in different places, I feel like different entities take your body to different places. Like if I died in the water, the next world I go to is the water world. If I die in like in the streets,
You think like your
The next
hell,
world
if
I'm
you go
gonna
to
be in the
hell, your
streets.
hell is connected to like your cause of death.
yeah. Yo, I was thinking about that today actually. When I was at work, I was like, you know, I live a pretty good life. You know, I would come from a nice family, whatever, all this stuff. Like I'm not very like, I don't have it bad. Like I have a pretty good life. Like I'm very emotional. Like I feel a lot of feelings and whatever. That sucks. But like in the overall spectrum, I'm pretty happy and content with my life. Right? Like it's nice. I don't struggle like crazy. You know.
Yeah.
Like in this time, like everyone's like staying home. They're like, oh, what do I do? Like I don't really feel that. So I'm cool on that. But then like I'm thinking like, what did I do in my past life to like be comfortable? And I started like thinking of it and like getting flashbacks, and I was like seeing myself like in the last life, giving myself up so that I can be reborn into this life where there's no slavery, there's no like, I don't have to really feel oppressed by like really anyone.
So you
Yeah.
killed yourself in your past life.
I died for a cause, I feel, and then now I'm here. I have a better life than my
With
last life.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just like reigniting the torch.
That's real nice. How did you come? How did like what triggered that? Like what?
I don't know.
Was there anything at that point in your life that you were doing different? You ever had a breakthrough in life and you're like, damn, what was I doing at that point in life?
I had a breakthrough when I started this podcast.
Nice.
Like that was the last one I think I had.
You ever had a life breakthrough that hit you real hard and you didn't know where it hit you from?
Like a revelation, like an epiphany.
Yeah. Whether it be sober, not sober. I feel like I had one of those when I did acid over the Hudson River. Yeah.
What? Tell us about that.
That was real eye opening. You know, I hadn't done that in like years, so I don't know. Acid. I did a lot of research, and you know, you can do a lot of therapy. What is it called? Psychotherapy on yourself by doing acid.
You do it by yourself.
It's very enlightening.
Yeah, for the most part. Well, with Holly supervision, but.
If I ever do it, I would need a supervisor.
We've done acid together.
We have?
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Was it fun?
It's always fun.
Yeah.
Is it scary?
I thought you were
It's scary sometimes. That's just part of it.
Really? Like, how do you like, do you think I will go crazy?
No, I mean.
So in my adult years, I've only done it twice, that time with him and that time over the Hudson River. And it's a lot. It's deep. It's real deep. If you want to uncover a lot of things about yourself and deal with a lot of emotions that you suppress, yeah.
Yeah, I feel
enlightening.
I feel like I shouldn't do it now since I'm like, you know how I am. Right?
Why not? There's never a right time for it.
Because I'd be sad. I don't want to be sad doing it.
But sometimes
shit, you might break through that.
Yeah, you might realize that that's something that has been holding you back, and there's a simple like switch in there that'll like just kick it out the way.
Or you might really see it in a different way and fully understand it and find the eureka, like the solution, the key to it. You get me?
I read a story about a guy who was
like,
diagnosed with
acid is a big teacher.
He was diagnosed with cancer, and they said he was only going to live 7 months. So in his mind, he had this whole thing like he was going to die. And even after he survived, he was just still obsessed with the fact that he was going to die. And then he did acid, and he was just brand new. Like, he let go of that fear, and he became really, really successful. He created some app, and yeah.
Do you feel like doing acid is going to make you successful?
I feel like it has potential to, yeah. It has a lot of potential to unlock what I'm capable of.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not, it will make me successful, but it's one of the stepping stones to making you successful, for sure. Yeah,
a lot of people have had breakthroughs while tripping on psychedelics.
A lot of successful people have tried it too.
Yeah.
Not like persuading you to do it or anything.
Like, oh, you do it, you'll be successful. That's not the case.
But you think I'll be more successful if I do it?
You could, yeah, man. You'll see things in a new light, in a new way,
like
in a different way.
Yeah, especially with like what you just said is like something that.
What did I just say?
Your epiphany over like how you came here with a purpose. So.
I'll tell you one thing for sure and I can guarantee you, and like, you could even like call me out on it if I'm wrong. Like, whether it be big or small, like, you will understand certain things that once upon a time, like, perplexed you.
But do you feel like that's a cheat code? Like, you're supposed to actually understand that stuff later in life, and you're just, like, cheating to get there with the substance?
No, not really, because if it happened, then it happened. That's part of it. You get me?
Because when I smoke, like, if I smoke weed, right? In my head, something tells me like, "Oh, you lost the game. You're not supposed to do this. Oh, game over. Now you're gonna be a loser."
Nah,
like,
man.
Something says that to me, and then I get these like bad vibes. Like, fuck, I fucked my life up smoking weed. Now I'm just in, like, I'm not gonna be like successful in the next life. Or
no, you gotta let that go. You gotta stop. You gotta give yourself more credit in this life, because you only get one life, and you live your life, and everything you do is for the better, and it's for the stepping stone to move forward. So you got to give yourself more credit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Feels like simp hour.
It was what?
Simp hour.
I like how it started off all sexual, like, ooh, this is hot and steamy.
Yeah. Let's talk about stamina.
Yeah, thank you for talking about my feelings. Now I feel better. This therapy session.
Wow.
Simp hour.
You're like, you should be like the next Oprah. She's canceled, so you can take her spot.
Damn, I hope
fuck
so.
Oprah.
The only thing you didn't do was like touch me and be like,
touch
okay.
you.
It's
Yeah, because coronavirus,
Oh,
social
yeah.
distancing.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, she says
not your fault.
no. She says you can cry. So instead of saying "oh, don't cry," it's okay. She says
Everyone
it's
in the
okay to
audience
cry.
gets a free
Okay,
book.
cry.
yeah, she said it's okay to cry. So and then it makes them cry and it makes the show way more impactful because they're just like bawling and you can't get that regularly because everyone always says don't cry, it's okay. So that it makes them think, oh, I'm gonna be judged, I'm gonna be shamed for crying.
Yeah.
But Oprah says you can cry. It's okay to cry. That's what makes it
Yeah.
different because people actually go nuts looking ugly on the show, crying.
Yeah.
That gives you the real emotion. Whereas that's what no one wanted to pass. She passed that boundary.
She's a legend.
She
I'm not-
is.
Yeah. You know who's gonna be a legend when they go out? And I hate to say it.
Samuel
Lil
Jackson.
Wayne. Oh,
Yeah. When he
Lil
passes,
Wayne. When Lil Wayne passes,
Yeah, he will.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy.
that's
That's
gonna
just
be a world
like,
event.
As long as they don't Eminem
Yeah.
him. Now everyone's hating on Eminem. Back then he was the best rapper. Now
You
everyone's
can't
like,
Eminem Lil Wayne because he doesn't really involve himself with too much, so there's not enough room for him to like fuck up in the public
yeah,
side.
he said, oh,
And not only that, people already love him. Like,
he said, oh, I don't care about police brutality. That's just like police killing niggas.
Wait, who said that?
Lil Wayne. He said my flag is red.
anyone bat an eyelash at that?
No.
Billie Eilish at that?
Oh. Huh?
Billie Eilish.
What do you mean?
Billie Eilish is awesome. You guys,
Would you guys be controversial to get your names out there?
what do you mean?
Like would you like, I don't know,
Like, be scandalous,
or like naked?
Would
be
I,
naked.
would I be naked? Where would I be naked at?
Or like, you know, just or like do some crazy stuff, like just to like be famous, like to be known, to be
Nah,
famous.
because I wouldn't.
Try to go viral or something.
Like
Yeah.
push Kodak Black off the stage while he's performing at Chop Circus.
And then end up in a hospital because the security's
like,
gonna beat my ass.
What's his name? Bunking? Bunking?
Boom. Yeah, like
Boom,
something
yeah.
like boom.
Yeah, wait, what happened to him? Didn't he like reform his ways?
Yeah,
Didn't
now
he,
he's
like,
John Gabbana.
Yeah, he fucking
John Gabbana.
he
That's his name?
snapped back to reality and realized that he was acting a fucking fool.
Oh,
Yeah, I like his no jumper interview. He's like, I don't. Last
It was
time you were
fucking
sitting there, this time we're
fucked up.
sitting here. And he's like, it doesn't matter where we sit. And
He
that
kept
we're
saying
not-
like, yo, like, so like when we start, I want like this, and Adam's just like, we
We've been-
started already.
we've been
like,
rolling.
It's
Like,
happening
been
right
rolling.
now.
It was funny, but like, you know, I hope he's doing good. I guess. I
guess.
don't really like, you know, I don't think about Boonk every day, but like, you know, it's better. I hope he's in a better state than it's
You know,
not just like a
I'm
joke,
glad that
like an act.
happened, and I'm honestly surprised. And if it wasn't that, it'll definitely be the complete opposite. Because I used to tell myself like, wow, like he's definitely like sooner or later we're definitely gonna hear from this guy dying.
You think
Yeah.
so?
You get me?
Yeah, because he was taking it too far.
Yeah,
Like, that
he was headed for death, bruh.
He was
So it's crazy
yeah.
that it's literally the complete opposite
bounced
of what he
back.
turned out to. Because I feel like he realized that too.
There's
I
money
feel like
in
he
it.
knew
Yeah.
that low key,
There's
and
money
everyone
in
else
it.
around
He
him.
might have even had an
Like,
incident
oh,
that
I'm heading
wasn't-
for death.
Yeah, he might have had an incident
definitely.
that was unspoke of
That
that he
shook
was
him and
like
just-
shook him the fuck up. Yeah,
What about all the copycats, like Supreme Patty and like all those other people?
I
kinda-
didn't keep
Supreme
up with the
Patty.
idiots after that. That was just
The
like
idiots. You had enough of the idiots.
Yeah.
Boom gang took the cake.
Yeah,
Gerardo
he
got me
took
up in the sky. Hey.
We were there when he
Do you
recorded
guys
that
still
song.
watch
Yeah, we're in the
World Star
studio.
and stuff?
Not. I mean,
No, I
if
don't.
it's a video that's super popular, I guess I'll watch it.
I
but
remember
like, I
like
don't-
watching like the weekly like compilations.
Is
of
that app
videos.
even like good?
Yeah, I would.
Still
I used
good.
to go on World Star after school every day in high school.
I used to go on World Star Honeys,
Oh yeah,
World
the
Star.
Vixens, dancers.
the vixens, the
Yeah,
dancers,
I
the
used to watch
strip of
those.
fucking
Are you
sexy.
playing the Michael Jackson?
That's so
band?
scary.
I've been playing Michael Jackson for the last.
That thing was scary.
I think it's just kept replaying. It's just a bad video.
What's freaking you out?
It's been 2.
2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to.
You're just gonna end it like that. John Gabbana. You should do an
John
interview.
Gabbana.
I always want. I interviewed his manager, and then he like had to cut it short because he had to leave. And I was like, should I upload this? I was like, it's like a minute long. But then I interviewed Southside, and his was like 2 minutes long. So
You interviewed Southside?
yeah.
You know Southside?
No.
You're like, you know
No, I
Southside?
didn't
I'm
know
like,
you
you
did.
know
You don't know
is?
Southside? She's with like Young Miami. He
Yeah,
He got
I
her
know.
pregnant or something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Who's
They're
Young
babies
Miami?
From City Girls.
City Girls. She goes,
Young Miami and
"Act up."
JT.
City Girls is 2 girls?
Yeah.
I always thought it was 3.
No.
No.
It's Young Miami and
her
JT.
aunt or something, right?
No.
Oh.
Remember
uh,
LMFAO?
Yeah.
Yes.
Family.
Yes. Do you
What
remember
are they up to?
303?
303.
I remember 3. I didn't know anyone really knew 303
Remember
like
Cobra?
that.
Remember Cobra Starship?
That's my shit.
Yo,
I love
that's
them. All
some-
Time
That's
Low.
a classic.
like
That's
All
some
Time Low?
classic
All
shit.
time. I love All Time Low.
Never
Did
Shout
Maria
Never.
Count me?
Yo, let's listen to some
Maria.
Cobra Starship right
My
now.
I
Chemi-
actually
My
on
Chemical
acid, I
Romance.
listened to All Time Low. My Chemical
Chemical
Romance.
Romance.
I love
I
My
think we
Chemical
talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy.
Fall
Follow.
Out Boy. Yes.
Oh, Asking Alexandria.
The Kings. The King.
Kings of Leon.
Kings of Leon.
Very good.
Oh,
and
30
then
Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds. to
They're
Mars.
fire. We are the Kings.
Killers.
Did
That's
you
not
guys
easy.
like Regina Spektor?
The Strokes.
Gina Spector.
Yo, you know who I like? I like the Smiths.
I love the Smiths.
Heaven knows.
I love the
Yeah.
Doors.
The
You guys feel the Doors?
I haven't
Yeah.
heard them.
Bro,
I heard them.
real good.
You guys,
There's a songs on like Guitar Hero. That's the
True.
only
you guys
thing.
listen to Coldplay?
I love Coldplay.
I used to.
Coldplay.
Not so much.
Every teardrop is a wall.
All American Rejects.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh yeah, I like a couple songs. They're good.
That was a good era. That was like those were good
It's a-
times.
Yeah, I only like listening to those songs on the radio, like on Y100 when they would play it, and I would just like
Yeah.
drive through the country in
On
like
my-
Redlands.
I actually have an old
To the
green
country,
iPod Nano.
countryside.
I would drive to like Nosberry Farm
A
in
green-
the afternoon, listening to like Daltrey.
Raspberry Farm. What a peaceful drive. Second
Yeah,
peaceful to
it's
Old
like,
Cutler.
It's like
yeah.
the opposite because it's
Yeah.
like Oak
Except
Chrome.
that fucking
Other
line
side, yeah.
at
Yeah, that-
Nosberry Farm.
Nah, I didn't know. It was just when I used to go when it was like before like anyone knew about it and nobody
Yeah.
remember any line. Then all of a sudden social media came and it just
Yeah.
blew the fuck up.
I have a green iPod Nano that Gio put all his music on from like 9th, 10th grade. I have to bring that iPod. Classic.
I remember this guy gave me his iPod to use, and I like took it and I kept it. And then he sent like we didn't go to the same school, and he sent his boy who used to be my boy in like 5th grade. He sent him to like get it
Fight
from
you.
me. Yeah, I hadn't seen. I was in like 10th
Like
grade.
low key beat you up.
Yeah, no, I was in like 9th grade. I hadn't seen this guy since like 5th grade, and as he came up to me with his goons, and then I was like, "Yo, what's up, Kevin? I hadn't seen you in so long." He's like, "Yo, you have Pablo's iPod. He told us to go beat you up for it." And I was like,
Pablo's iPod.
I was like, "What? I haven't seen you in like 6 years or 4 years, and you come up to me like on some yo, I'm gonna beat you up shit."
I thought you were my friend.
Yeah,
What's
he
the
used to come over
first
to my
iPod
house.
you had?
iPod Nano.
First
Yeah.
iPod.
Yeah.
I think it was a shuffle. Actually. Yo, you know what's
had an
funny?
iPod?
Yeah, I had a few.
Someone that you
I had
know.
the Square Nano.
You know what's funny?
I've had the regular, like, second generation Nano.
You know what's
I
funny?
had an iPod Touch.
Someone that you know whose name starts with a V, and that I know that starts with a V. She I was in class with her, and I had an iPod Shuffle, and it's funny because she's like,
She stole it.
no, she was like, what do you even listen to? You don't listen, like, you probably listen to stupid music. Let me hear what music you listen to, since you're probably stupid. And then,
Is it what I think you're talking about?
huh?
Starts with a V.
Yeah,
A real bitch asshole.
her name rhymes with Buzz Down Tatiana.
Tatiana. Oh man.
But she's like, oh, your music is probably stupid. Like, let me see,
Basically
let me-
bullying you.
Yeah, she was a bully.
Make you feel bad about your music taste.
Yeah, she was like, let me hear. And then I listened to like
That's
I had,
hilarious.
I had a Nicki Minaj song. It was like rah rah like a dungeon dragon. I
Oh
remember,
my
I
god.
remember she was listening to it. She was like, this is the only good song that you have. And she was listening to it on repeat.
Yo,
over and over.
That's so funny.
And I was just like, okay, you're making fun of my music taste, but you're listening to my iPod.
Yeah.
Like, why are you listening to my iPod?
But she's only listening to Raw Raw like a Dungeon Dragon.
Bro,
That
'cause the thing
molded
is-
her adolescence.
She was listening to it
Lord.
so loud that I could hear it in her headphones that she was listening to it over and over again.
She's probably loving it.
Rah, rah. I remember that song. What's the name of that song?
Dungeon.
Roman's Revenge.
Roman's Revenge.
See, I am a barb. because
You are a barb.
remember that.
Little
You are
barb.
a barb.
I love Nicki.
I
Can we talk about how great Nicki Minaj is?
Do you
Go
love it because
Nikki
the
Hour.
V girl loved it so much? You're like, oh, I have to
had
love
that
it.
song on before. I used to watch
Nah, yeah,
VH1 and
for
like MTV
How do you
jams.
like? I don't understand how you.
I
What's
love
not there
the
to like about
MTV.
Nicki Minaj?
And you like her more than Cardi B.
I hate Cardi B. I don't
That's
hate Cardi B,
crazy.
but I don't like her.
You don't like Cardi B. Why don't you like?
I'm
Cardi
a long
B?
time
She's
fan.
not
I love
good.
her.
He's the first
She's
person
not
to
good.
ever show me Cardi B, and she blew up.
I didn't like her.
She was just a regular ass stripper in New York, and her Instagram used to be BB Cardi.
But she used to be funny.
And she had one before that, and then she got Cardi B, and then she blew up, and she stopped stripping. She still is funny, man. She used to be annoying, but she still is annoying.
You have coronavirus.
Yeah, for real.
It's at the exact same time. You know, my biggest fear is that this is gonna record, and then I'm gonna have no space on my phone. Let me go check it.
What do you mean no space on your phone? If it's already recording visuals, it'll just stop. We'll just loop the rest.
If you don't have space for a video,
you know what?
then
We're just gonna wrap
save.
it up here. So it was fun talking to you guys, and you guys as well.
Stay safe in the quarantine. Don't make too many babies, because times is hard.
Yo, there might be a baby boom after this.
No,
You
there
think
is.
so?
There definitely
Probably.
is.
Because
Yeah.
girls don't want to leave their house.
That's
They're like,
interesting.
oh, quarantine.
Yeah.
I can't
just
leave
thought
my
of that.
house.
Yeah, no, there definitely is. Think
Nah,
about what
there's gonna
everyone's
be a
doing at
baby
home.
boom.
There's
Why?
a huge baby boom coming in the end of this year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
because everyone's cooped up.
Netflix and chill.
Crib. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch. Yo, that's
Everyone's at work.
insane.
Imagine this last
That's
whole year,
insane.
2020. Get there.
Yeah.